Love it. That's awesome.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Papa from Players Wanted. With me, as always, to my right, the man with the biggest ego and the widest stature, the man, the myth, the legend in his own mind, Joker. And down below, I've got with me the man with the hawk, master of the blaster, the best of the Midwest, your 45 cal pal, Sin Williams Virtue. And, of course, there's Wiener.
All right, I actually needed that. I actually needed that this morning, this evening, guys.
God bless America.
Everybody,
Mark's finally got his mini-me.
He loves his shirt. That's what I love, is that he loves his shirt. That's it on itself. Nobody's really better. But let's do the proper introduction, shall we? I am Jokers from Players Wanted. With me is the man, the myth, the legend of the shortest stature but biggest heart, Greg Papa Reese from Dead End Outfitters. It is not a party until the wiener comes out. Ron Wiener for A.T.E Airsoft. And it's the man.
What'd you just call me? Did you just say Ron Wiener from A.T.E
Rob Wiener?
No, you said Ron. Go back and we'll listen to it. You did.
Whatever.
You said Ron.
Shut up. I'm going to be right. And then we have the man with the hawk, the king of the high kappas, Virtue from Crucible. Thank you, everybody, for coming on. Better do it.
I like Papa's intro better. He goes, just call me Wiener.
Anyways, everybody, thank
I
you.
actually had to write some of that down, by the way.
I noticed that you were using a script.
Keep cards. That's good, though. You came prepared.
I'm feeling fine, guys. Today was just one of those. It's just one of those days. Let's just put it that way. So, with the time when you find out that you're the true amounts that you're paying on a car loan, and then you realize, oh fuck, it's never going to end. Yes, that is 3 minutes and 52 seconds. Time check, please. But we have a lot of cool stuff to talk about tonight. As always, thank you for joining us on Tuesdays, where we talk about pretty much a bunch of airsoft nonsense. We are going to do another field review. We're going to start off with MK Airsoft. We're going to review that field tonight. I actually did get quite a bit of the stuff cut up, so we can actually have stuff to look at.
You're having trouble talking tonight.
Yeah, well,
made him nervous.
Yeah, I'm nervous, huh?
It looks like you're taking over. He's worried we got a new spokesperson.
We're going to be talking about two events that everybody already knows about, which is obviously North Vrs South. We're going to talk about that one some more. We're also going to talk about Syndicate 2. And then we have another special announcement, I think, that's coming out tonight, which we're the first ones to be able to talk about, which is A.T.E's newest event that's coming out. And we're going to end the night with Joker Nap Time, otherwise known as Tech Time with Papa and Sin. All right. Yeah, you can just sit back and do whatever you want. That is definitely Joker Nap Time. All right. So let's go ahead and go over the calendar events that we have right now at the beginning of every episode. Everybody always asks us this, so let's hit it. So right off the bat, the next big event that we have is going to be Bone Strike up at is that Vicksburg?
No, how about no? It's in Georgia, Millridge, Georgia.
Millridge, Georgia. Okay,
Yeah,
so Bone
Millridge.
Strike.
I'm saying it wrong. I know I'm saying it wrong. So
it's a
somebody correct me.
TCA event, Bone Strike. Go to their site. You can check it out.
Yeah.
We'll be there. The very
Southeast of
following
Macon.
week. Yeah. The very next weekend is North Vrs South 3, which we'll be talking about in depth a little bit later on tonight. After that, we're going to be at Nuke-Alana up in South Carolina. It's a RPG style event. Then after that, first weekend of April is going to be Wasteland 13.5 at Wayne's World of Paintball. Then April 23rd through the 22nd through the 23rd, we have Firestorm 3 at the Carlisle Mill. We've been there multiple times. We enjoy the hell out of that AO, even though they keep taking more and more cover away from us. And then April 29th through May 1, one of my favorite events, back to the haunted ass prison at Crescent. We have Syndicate 2, where we actually have one of our COs right down there. And he's about to get I think he's going to get his ass stomped at this next one, man. We also sort of have an announcement about that as well, a kind of big announcement. Let's see. Does anybody have anything they'd like to start off with or announce before we jump into this review of MK Airsoft?
My sushi place is closed for some reason right now, and I was very disappointed to find that out. So I am eating Chinese food instead of sushi this evening. So I apologize to everybody.
My Chinese food too, because I couldn't get sushi either. Announcements. Oh, just one thing for the DEA side when it comes to Syndicate. We warned Jay Rodriguez has bought a bunch more pyro and has a rotary grenade launcher. I just want to warn his team this time, because I don't know which side he's on, but I appreciate the amount of suppression he applies to his own team.
And I am currently actively recruiting, by the way. I know we have, I believe, 5 at least. I'm actively recruiting for
Zip,
Blackwater.
zip, zip, zip.
I just want you to know.
Just kidding there, Papa.
No. It's good. It's good. I know we'll talk about that later.
What about?
And I want to know who Horseshack is, by the way.
Well,
that
you want me to talk about it?
Welcome back, Cotter. And
you have no idea. That's Lexi from Crucible. All right, from Outcast.
Okay, so you remember Horseshack's laugh, right, Papa?
Yeah, absolutely.
It sounds
so
like
if
it
you
sounds
get
like a
Lexi worked up,
yeah,
she's got the laugh.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It
I'll
sounds
send you
like
a
the
link
car's
to it.
trying
Weirdly
to.
turned on right now.
It sucks in instead of out.
Oh my God, it's hilarious. I made her drop to the ground by just going yink to her sides. She just fell to the ground. I was like, did I break her? So all right.
I'm sorry. I cleared something up, Mercy.
Oh, yeah. So before we get started, because I already see people on my Twitch. If you're on my Twitch, come over to the Players Wonder YouTube channel. We can't see any of that, and I'm not paying attention to it.
Yeah. So if you guys are watching anywhere but the Players Wanted YouTube channel, I mean, if you're watching on my Facebook streams, I can see the comments. But if you're watching anywhere else, we can't see it. Like if you're going through Sin stuff, which I could actually do this. You have, it looks like 2 on Twitch that are watching it. And 1 on Facebook too, Sin. So about the bounty hunters. Haven't watched
Facebook, that's YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah,
so Scott, my partner in crime, is doing a thing for veterans and other things. He's basically asking people why they play Airsoft. And it's up on his YouTube channel. I'll send you the link later, or in a minute, Joker.
I saw it. That was a big roll.
That's what she said?
Brainerd.
Hey.
Sorry. That was
Here
big roll.
John, just want you to know, it's going in the mail tomorrow. We actually had to make a box for his 249 Bravo. We actually had to take multiple boxes and create one giant box.
So his gun's fixed?
With Brainerd, and it's in the mail tomorrow.
Sweet.
And fixed, by the way. Not just going back in the mail in the same condition. This is actually fixed.
All right. Okay, so anybody else have any? Winner, do you have any announcements that you'd like to do, or are you just waiting for?
You want me to wait to go when you get to me, or you want me to talk about it now? Because our tickets are up and we've already sold tickets.
Oh, send me the link to that, please.
A.T.E Airsoft events.com. I'll send it to you in a
Can't
private
do my
chat.
event.
Please do. Thank you.
ATE.
Don't worry, Papa. We'll get yours moving.
No, I'm not talking. I'm not shaking my head at you. I'm just.
I know. We'll get your stuff moving too. Like I said, I have a feeling it's going to be, it's going to be within tax return times. Thank you, sir. All right. So
anyways, yeah.
we'll talk about that in just a little bit.
Okay, that's fine. So I don't have anything else to discuss right now. Other than the fact I can't go to North versus South.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, my
I'm not gonna say I
apologies.
was disappointed, but I was disappointed.
Yeah, well, I know. I know you were looking forward to shooting me, but unfortunately, our closing on the house is that Friday, and then we have to be out of this place by the 28th. So
That one, I
Unfortunately,
definitely understand it. I definitely understand it.
so we'll be in the new house.
You're fired.
Finally, I'm fired.
I know you've been building that a long time. All right, so let's
Yeah,
start
I
jumping
know.
into this. We'll go ahead and jump into the MK Airsoft field review. So, the criteria that we're going to typically review a field on, almost every field, is going to be the theme of the field, especially if it's an indoor field. The layout, staff, games, refreshments, store, and player base. So there's like 7 criteria I think we had that always been set up. So we'll go ahead and jump into this right now. So for MK Airsoft, if you guys don't know, crap, I had it up here and then I lost it. Where'd it go? Oh wait, Virtue, you're gonna love this because this is still on my screen. Hold on. That's still sitting on my screen.
Dude, I want an airsoft version so bad. I've been sitting here staring at diagrams trying to figure out how to mod it.
Why don't you can't you just get the shell and
Send that to me.
Uh-oh.
Send it to me. I've decided whether he wants to or not. I don't care. I like Sin enough that we're gonna start collaborating on things, and we're gonna start building the best guy. Oh no! Shit. We were supposed to talk this week and we didn't, but I have something I want to work with you on.
That's okay. We'll talk after the stream. I got to poke you about a few things either way. I also picked up 2 new toys for North versus South. I have a S&T PSSH. I just picked
PPSH?
up. Yep.
Okay.
And I don't know the brand, but a pump action shotgun with the cell ejection and the CO2 shells where you fill in the shells.
CO2 shells? CO2 shells?
Yeah, it's that one that's the problem that comes up is that you're always ejecting after every shot. Yeah, he showed me that already, and I said, that's stupid. All right, so MK Airsoft is located Medina, Ohio. It's actually it's a field that I'm going to constantly want to be going back to over and over again. I'm going to give a big asterisk on the beginning of this review that there's going to be certain parts of the review that I can't give a 100% honest or firm number on because I was only there for 2 games. Reason being is I had to flee Ohio. I had to flee the snow as quickly as I possibly could. And that damn shit chased me all the way to West Virginia. There's certain things that I can play in. The drive-in snow is one of them. I just haven't done too much of it, and I did not want to run the risk of getting into a massive accident. So, which it was still fun going up to MK Airsoft, driving in the snow, watching a Hyundai hatchback go sideways across 2 lanes of traffic, trying to make forward progress or not. And I was following a semi truck, and we weren't stopping, even though brakes were being applied. So when the semi went to the shoulder, I followed him, and luckily I did not get into an accident. All right, so. First and foremost, when it comes down to the theme, there really is no theme of MK Airsoft. There's a lot of structures, which is going to go into the layout portion, but there's no actual theme because it doesn't really have a theme except for a central tower and a bus. It's going to be given a 5. Now, the only thing that's making this my top 3 destinations to play airsoft across the country is it's missing that theme. If you do something like on the level of what S&S did by turning into a Fallujah, can everybody hear me, by the way?
Yeah.
No,
I was just falling asleep.
Oh, shit.
No.
Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
So Virtue could attest with this. There really is no theme to speak of, but if they made an awesome theme, like pick anything, pick New York, pick like a nuclear wasteland, anything, and you apply a theme to that place, it'll be the top place that people are going to want to go to. It'll be a destination to go to. So the theme is only a 5 out of 6.
Yeah, we were talking about that because out of the 6 places we have in Ohio, nobody actually has a theme. And I was talking to other people about it, a few other field owners, and we had a oh duh kind of moment where we were talking about it, and everybody was just like, "Yeah, we don't. Why don't we? Like none of us do."
All right, so
I was thinking about that theme wise. I'd like to go a little further into that at some point, just because I'm not sure I fully grasp. I mean, I get it, but wouldn't a single theme get old?
I personally. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about themes real quick because I personally would not get old of a solid theme. Like I don't think I could ever get old of S&S Airsoft's theme. Just the field is so small. It's literally, I want to say it's a third of the size of Miami Airsoft. It's that small.
Yeah, it is tiny. You're talking about S&S in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, so you're doing a lot of this. Like a big guy like me going through, it's like a lot of times I can't even go down. I mean, there's some really tight lanes and everything else. Whereas with Miami Airsoft, that theme is also solid. It helps out with gameplay too, because then you can call out certain areas. People know where they can go through and play. I'm sure almost every single place can do that, but it helps a new player understand where things are when you go to theme. Like S&S, you can go to nuclear, go to the tank, or at Miami Airsoft Garage, Everglades, Tower.
Yeah, I agree to that to an extent. So at Crucible, we do have callouts because we've got the Kill House, we've got the Goonies, we've got Laura Croft, we've got the Kitchen, we've got the Crackdown. Like there's callouts. I lean towards ideally we would change up our field at least twice a year because personally, as a player, I don't want consistency when I go back. I want something new. And one of the reasons our player base stuck with us for a long time is because we would go in and change things. We would go and rearrange things. Personally, I play at S&S when we're in town for Atlanta a lot. And from a player standpoint, I get bored. There's nothing new. There's no, like, everybody has their spot. They go to camp. Everybody has that one lane they covered. And for me playing, it kind of got boring is the only way I can put it.
And I get that part. But when it comes down to a theme, that's why I said it's not the theme is only like a small. It's like, what's the best way to put it? Like, if I say what's the best outdoor field to go to, I said you have to at least try Sherwood's Forest once and Southern Tactical Airsoft Games once, because those two fields have some pretty awesome, like. Sherwood's Forest has an awesome theme with the way they built it all out of railroad ties. It's kind of awesome. It's kind of unique aspect of it. So
let me roll back to you were talking about Miami and their theme, and I get that their theme is kind of like Little Miami.
Yeah,
but really it's kind of a thrown together urban. But then you've got, I forget what it's called, Everglades and all that. If I were to walk in there, I actually don't see it as Little Miami. It doesn't look like that to me. It actually doesn't look themed to me at all, really. It looks like they put proper functional structures. You have cars for you to, hood slide over or hide behind and things like that. That's all. That's great. And I'm not picking it apart. I think it's a great idea to have themes. When we were talking about a large indoor, we were actually going to have sections that were themed. like whole sections. Like go from the cityscape to the urban. They have all the different stuff. Cityscape to country and all that. And I know you're not saying it's the biggest portion. It's only like a 15% rating or whatever on it, but I'd be curious to see how people feel about everybody else feels about. Does it matter other than having like you and Sin said, call out points, which you can have without a theme.
No,
You
I think a
certainly
theme
can.
would help. Don't get me wrong. I think a theme would help, but it comes down to determining what your theme's going to be and if you can make it dynamic enough to keep it fresh. It's kind of like when Tax City redid their field for like 2 months. It was amazing. But after 2 months, again, you get to the same group of guys. They go to the same spots. And it just became predictable. I would walk around a corner, throw an 8 to my left because I knew there was going to be guys sitting there. And then I go to my right, shoot the 2 guys hiding behind the car. Like it was like autopilot, so I stopped going.
And I definitely understand that too. But I mean, when it comes down to it, when we review these fields, this is mostly for, think about it this way too, is if you're traveling, here's Joker's review. We go to fields so you don't have to type thing. So you know where to go. Like if you have a choice between going to say, if you have a choice between going from MK Airsoft or to Raptor Airsoft, as an example, you could take these reviews as a way to go. So moving on to the next aspect, layout. The layout here at MK Airsoft is really strong with a couple minor exceptions. So I'm going to give it a 9 on a whole. They have built so much structure. I mean, if you just look, I mean, this is just the one side for the bus. I mean, I killed myself over and over and over trying to get on that damn bus to get the objective.
I tried to cover you once or twice and I gave up.
I didn't even realize you were in that game. Yeah, I'm on death 8, right? I think I died 11 times total, assaulting this bus.
No, I agree. Their layout is pretty solid, and this is me being quote-unquote local competition. I would still give them a solid 7, and the only reason I would say 7 over your 9 is because I played there enough that I know that there are no counter lanes on that field. And what I mean is if you pick a lane, it's either left – most field designs don't take this into account, left-handed players versus right-handed players.
Mm-hmm.
Every lane at MK is right-hand dominant. There is no counter from the other direction. If you're a right-handed,
I don't think I ever thought about that till you said it on the last stream.
Yeah, if you're a right-handed player and you take that lane, there is no way of getting you out of that lane unless you can get behind them. Personally, we had this problem at Crucible for a while until somebody pointed out and we did a redesign. It's when you're building your lanes, you have to take into account playing it from both directions and with both hands. Because if not, you create dead zones in your field because players will not go there because there's no point.
The reason why I said that that it was there, like originally when I played the first game at the bus game, I thought that the bus had an unfair advantage for one side over the other side. And then playing through the video and reminding me of the lanes and everything else I went through, I was like, all right, it's not as bad as I thought. In fact, it works really well. I think what will make the bus a lot better is if he opens up if he's never going to use this bus for anything else, I would open up the driver's side door, take out the seat there, and turn that into another entry point into the bus from the Charlie side. You know what I'm talking about, Virtue?
Yeah. I think the other entry points they're counting are the back doors open, and then those 2 windows that come in. And those windows are crazy.
Yes, but on top of that, I was also surprised because they allow people to climb on vehicles.
Dude, it scared the crap out of me. There was one point where I was in the bus, and this kid dives in through the window. He slaps into the wall. I was like, "Are you okay?" He looks at me and goes, "Yeah, I'm good." So then I shoot him and then go back to covering the window.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing because here, let me just hold on. Let me pause this for a second and hide that. Pause. Let me just show this on the screen real quick and actually turn the volume on. Wait, I don't think I can. I think I did. So to give an idea, this is the front part of the bus. They've actually segregated the bus into 3 sections. So you have the front side, the middle, and then the back side. So there's actually 3 parts of this bus that they cut in half essentially for gameplay aspect. So it's actually kind of massive on how they did it because they turned it almost into. By the way, there's the compression issue I was having with the Yoko pop. Did you see it?
Operator failure.
No, it's see how it's how.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I realized
is it compression or is it a feed issue? Because it could be a mag feed issue too.
It's weird because it is like only like the first 10 shots out of the mag. After that, it goes back to shooting normally again.
Real quick, so
we could talk about that during the thing. I just wanted
Tech
to point
Week.
out that I saw it. Yeah, Tech Corner.
When you said you guys did a redesign, I had a thought, and I'm reading through some of the comments too. Do you have lanes that are ambi, or do you have some right, some
it's
left?
very hard to design an ambi lane without making it very open.
Sure. No, that's why I'm asking, because I like the idea of being forced to have to do like a left-handed changeover.
There is. See, a lot of people. This isn't a critique on anybody at all. Like, I have to preface that I've played at a lot of fields, and playing it, you realize that they were designed going in one direction. Like Tyler said, he played a lot left-handed. That's because when they did the layout, they designed it going in one direction. So readjusting cover and everything else so that right-handed players don't have to switch to clear a side. Now, you don't do it everywhere. You want those points where they have to work for it. But when a right-handed player has to run down the entire side on his offhand because the field was designed coming the opposite direction, especially if you're a rifleman, like, that's freaking annoying. Or if you're like me, where I'm right-handed, but I'm left-eye dominant. So I have to shoot left-handed.
Really?
By the way, I just want to point that out real quick. Here's me waving off. Can you guess who's shooting at me right now? Hold on.
I'm going to go with Rick.
Yeah. That's Ricky Poo right there shooting at me.
Okay, in his defense, and I can't believe I'm saying this, that bus is dark as hell.
And I know the wrong. Well, he saw me run up there, so he should have known it was me. I mean, how many guys do you know wearing a Hawaiian shirt there?
Yeah, you were the only one.
So
I don't switch if I don't have to. I go pistol, and that's muscle memory and that's training. But Jay, to be completely honest, a lot of young kids don't know the difference. So what you get is a bunch of young kids peeking the corner with their weapon down, getting pegged in the head. Like, I cannot tell you how many times I yell at kids, "Look, peek with your gun up. Peek with your gun up."
So here's what I'm talking about with the bus on how this is actually kind of an awesome layout. You know, there's two guys that are going to be inside of here.
Commercials, just how we like it.
What the hell?
Turn off your Pornhub, Wiener.
Sorry, my midget porn. It was my midget porn. Sorry.
But see how these guys are like tucked in there. So that guy one guy actually held us off. Now, I'm pretty sure that was Nick I just shot right in the back. And
Actually, hold on, Joker. This is one of the things I was talking about lanes. Can you rewind to the point where you're shooting out the window?
Yeah. Right here?
Right there.
Okay. So this window counts as a lane. And from that point, Joker can shoot that left corner of that window straight down that lane, and you can peg anybody coming out of spawn. That is a design problem. There is no counter for that position unless you come into the bus behind it.
Well, there is a counter like from because I almost got nailed twice here. This lane this side right here, people were coming out and they were shooting into this line. So from right here.
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, the spawn's literally like right there.
No, you're wrong. The spawn's all the way down.
Yeah, to the right. Yeah,
to the right. Yeah,
in the wrong direction.
I like doing the videos now this way where there's not really much talking unless keeping it muted unless there's like talking so we could actually address the stuff here.
Yeah.
I love this portion of the bus because I could just sit my happy ass down and point my gun out the window and shoot people. It was great.
Chair soft.
Dude, 11 deaths to get inside that bus and to hold it the way we did, and it's the last minute of the actual game. So, oh, there we go. Yeah, like that guy right there almost got me twice.
Yeah, that's bad play on their part. See, somebody actually was smart. They tried to get past you while somebody else was shooting. If all three of those guys would have shot at you at the same time, they may have got you.
Yeah. I mean, I did get lucky on that. One guy almost got me, but I had to move. I moved just in the nick of time through there. So I think the layout's still a really strong layout. Is there some room for improvement? Sure. But on a whole, the structures and everything else they have in
Oh, no,
place.
it's beautifully designed. My biggest gripe of the entire thing is that from the top of that second-story building, you can shoot clear down into the other team's spawn.
Brandon, you just call me a camper?
It's a legitimate tactic. It's a legitimate tactic, okay?
Well, hold on. To address this portion of it, though, this is the objective. We have to hold this position till the end of game. So you're damn straight. I'm setting up a campsite inside the.
He
inside
hurt your
of the
feelings.
bus.
He brought a chair, some marshmallows. He was about to set up a fire.
And of course, there's Gabe from MK Airsoft. So the theme is really solid. Not the layout's really solid
layout.
there. You have a lot of avenues. There's actually a lot of cool sections, which I'm going to show in a second. Like they designed a little tunnel system. They have some hallways that go down the side, so there are ways to flex and go. So that's why I said I give it a high rating because I really enjoyed the layout and the way it was set up. The only downside that I really had was the tower. And I already gave my feedback to them to say what I would think would be a good way to stop it is that tower right there. I'm right outside of spawn, and the tower that's up there, those players could shoot effectively people coming right out of spawn. And the problem that comes up is when you're shooting back into those spots, it's very easy for somebody with a lack of integrity to not call their hits. I'll put it that way. Instead of calling people cheaters, people with lack of integrity.
Oh, there's my favorite ambulance right there. That vehicle you're shooting over top of, it used to be a paddy wagon. I know that's racist, but either way, it used to be a paddy wagon. Nobody pays attention to it. So I literally camp inside of it, and you have a clear lane down this one. There's like a straight shot of hallway corridors, and you have a clear lane. And as if people poke their heads out, I was just like tap, tap, tap.
Yeah. So going on to the next segment of staff, MK Airsoft staff was on point. They had a ton of admins on the field. They had about, I think it was like 4 to 5 on the field for almost every single game that was out there. So with that being said, it's a really strong admin base that was knowledgeable, quick to do things. If people are arguing, they actually had towers set up so they could stay out of fighting. So for staff being on the field, again, it's another 9 out of 10. I mean, the only reason why I wasn't a 10 out of 10 is that one woman sitting on top of the paddy wagon was in the line of shots for most of the time. I shot
her so many times.
Exactly. That was the only problem, is because she's in the line and then gets mad at us for shooting her when she's in the line of fire.
Normally they have 3 reps on the field. They went overkill. I'm not saying they went overkill because we were there, but there were a lot of. They ran out of tables and staging. It was packed. So he pulled counter staff to go into the field.
Yeah. So they appropriately put enough staff on field to ensure that the players, like when there's an abundance of players on the field, they were all properly being taken care of. So game modes, I only played 2. And really, I only played 1 because that's going to go into the player base in a second. Gabe showed me the long list of games that they played, and they go through. Same thing with Crucible. You guys have an amazing amount of games out there. Another 9 out of 10. That number will go up sure when I play more of the games and find out how it was. The bus game, I was not pissed off at the bus game. I was just pissed off how many times I had to assault it and how many times I got shot by my own teammates, which was 3. Going for the bus.
Rick.
So the games were great. When it comes down to refreshments, they had standard drinks and all that there. So, I mean, it's an airsoft field. You know, they're not going to have a whole bunch, but their store was also well stocked. So because of the refreshments, the store that's all there, they have plenty of guns, plenty of BBs, various different weights, whole bunch of accessories there. And he has designed an entire closet to start doing to bring more stuff out. I give it a solid 8 out of 10. It was they have a lot of stuff that was there, and evidently they have a deal with I guess they have a deal with a pizza company that does
Yeah,
easy
yeah.
delivery.
A local pizza place.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
Oh,
no, I
man.
agree. The staff is on point. My only gripe about it's not necessarily the staff. It's not they're not the only field that does it, and I try. I don't do it. We don't do it. They balance teams based off of HPA versus AEG instead of skill.
Really?
Yeah.
mhm.
So we've played there where our side has literally ruffle stomped everybody because they split us based off of HPA and who you came with, not skill. So, and I keep trying to explain to people, you can spend $2,000 on a gun and still suck.
Mm-hmm.
Case in point, top corner over there.
I suck
What?
hard. I don't shoot anybody. I have no snap skills whatsoever.
My point is like when you balance out based off of what gear somebody has versus actual skill.
The staging area also was nice too, by the way. They had a lot of tables set up because it was snowing and everything else, and I guess another field closed down. They actually, they actually. Oh, wait, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this or not about capacity. I don't know what their capacity is supposed to be. It was at capacity. It was filled to capacity. How about that?
Yeah, it was overflowing to the brim.
Yeah. A lot of people came out, braved the weather to be there, and I got to give them credit. I mean, they're bringing the players in. Most of the players that were there, so the player base is one of those big asterisks, is a 7 out of 10, and I'll explain why, because there's a video that I need to go through and do it. I'm just catching up on some of the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Give me coffee with the tickets so the South game will show up.
Yeah. Rattlers is tearing them up. Absolutely tearing them up.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a little bit about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about a bit about that. So one thing that I did not like about some of the players, and there's one player in particular, was a lot of overshooting, especially when people are dead. So we're going to go through and we're going to show a couple videos of this. What was the other thing I need to review them on? I think I hit everything, right? Player base was the last one.
Yep.
Yeah.
According to your criteria.
Is there another criteria I should use?
I could find out. Your show, man.
No, it's Papa's show today.
Oh, right. Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Yeah,
just
no,
an
that was-
Irishman.
So what I liked about the field, I'm going to share this again, is like some of the cool little things that I found while going through and doing this, which was the tunnel. That was my overexcited running. This tunnel's actually really cool. So that door opens up. I'm inside of. It's perfect Papa height. He can walk through, run through this, no problem. I was hunched over.
Oh yeah, I'd play in there all day.
Well,
Yeah.
I can tell you from personal experience, people hate it when you throw nades in there.
So if you learn about this place and you find out about it, not many people use this side of the field. It always seemed to be empty. But if you used it to go around, you could easily go up to the enemy spawn and do a lot of bypassing. So it's what I did. So as my hand's going up, he's still continuing to shoot. And his gun stings. It does not tickle.
I think it's MK Airsoft.
Dude, why are you shooting like 5 times?
Oh, kids are whining.
Oh, wait, hold on. So I asked him why he keeps overshooting like that when my hand was already going up and all that, and he put 5 more shots into me. And he goes, and his parting comment was, "Go drink some milk."
Wow.
Yeah. You
Go
know.
drink milk.
So the title of this thing is Headhunting for a reason. So, like I said, when I said, yes, it was.
Yeah, it was blue shirt guy again.
Yeah. So what I turned around and did was I was like, okay, screw the objective. I only have one objective, and it's that guy. This gives you an idea of how the field is.
Now you're right outside this.
Yeah. Well, that's why I turn around and go to leave, and then he comes up and shoots me. Again, it's always 4 shots. Everybody makes 4 shots. And the problem that ends up going on is even when they're dead, they get 4 casts. You know, for somebody who's got their hand up and everything else, it's sort of.
Right here in the gun. You shot the gun. Right there.
He actually
do not count at this field.
Yeah, he actually indented the AMS stick. Is where he shot. So I don't know if you heard it, but he actually said, "Jesus fuck." Because I shot him. I pulled it back with my shots. And then this happened.
Good trade.
Hey, you know,
What was that?
Come on.
He
Oh,
goes,
that-
he said, "Come on, man. I called it and you shot me 4 fucking times." Here, I'll play it back
Yeah, he
again.
did complain that everybody was overshooting him.
hey, you know,
I mean, when you overshoot everybody,
It's what happens when you cause a mentality to go down and to go south, and you shoot people multiple times. You're going to get at the end of the game. He was bleeding from his nose.
like everybody kept bitching about the blue shirt guy. He became a problem, and the players decided to, deal with the problem.
Yeah. So typically, I do 1 shot, 1 kill. What I did find at MK Airsoft, sometimes you have to do 2 shots. So that's why, especially towards the end of that second game, I was doing a lot of double plugging. Yes, I was fingering my trigger. No, it's not binary because I took binary off the gun. Do you know why I took binary off the gun? Because I was pretty damn sure I was going to be doing that at MK and at Crucible. I had a feeling going up to a northern field like that. I did not want to get blamed for going full auto or going binary. So everything was always. So I did everything with that, and I don't know what it was, but with the colder weather, the gun was snappier and was a faster response, or it was just I was so pissed off at that one guy that I just kept feathering it. So on a whole, I think MK Airsoft's definitely within the top 5 fields that I would recommend people going for. When it comes down to indoor, it's one of the top. It's one of the top 5 again. When it comes down to overall rating, I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10 right now. I had to go back and experience more of the field, play more games, and experience more of the player base in order to do it. Right now, where it beats Crucible on is that layout. The size of the field and the coolness of the factors that it had with the 2-story, which is not a shadily built 2-story either. I mean, it is, and there's multiple ones of them, and they're talking about doing interconnected bridges across the top of those. Dude, they're he's elevating that field to like the next level.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
sir.
still has about twice the space to build in that he's actually utilizing. He bought that whole complex.
Nice.
Since it said something earlier about how the players responded and corrected his actions. I wasn't there. I'm not trying to call them out. I'm not trying to call anybody out, but why didn't the admins correct the action?
So the general rule of thumb, especially with us and with MK, with the refs, and we all deal with this in most fields up here, is if you don't see it, you
Mhm.
can't enforce it. You can warn them. You can tell them, "Hey, I'm watching you." But all refs can't be everywhere, and a lot of the time,
Yep.
that guy in
Understood.
particular would always find the ref's blind spot, like clockwork. Like he would
Okay.
never like there was never an incident around a ref tower. They had two, roaming refs with riot shields. Whenever
Mhm.
they were nearby, he was an absolute sweetheart. And I noticed because I pay attention to that shit on my field. The guys came up with this from my field, noticed it because they pay attention to it on our field. Um, and literally, the problem is, no matter a field that large, they had enough staff to handle the problems that they did arise. But with that many players in a field that large, the admin can't be everywhere. And
No,
he's
I
a
get
good
that. I get
cheater. A good cheater
that. Good
pays
cheater.
attention.
Good cheater.
No, I get that, and that's obviously that's where we all have our focuses. That is always where my focus lies. So I will always ask that question. I will always question the admins themselves. Not that I don't have those problems on my field. Not that we all don't deal with one guy or another who does this or that. But it is always my
That's
point.
one of the
And
reasons
that's
we
also
accept. Sorry.
good. One of the things that I also would say was that's also the reason why I think his learned behavior is he always shoots 4 times, regardless of what the target is. If he is shooting his gun, his muscle memory is to put 4 inside of them. And when he goes, go drink some milk, it's like, dude, you're making me bleed on my chest here while I was already dead. Is there a reason why? Just check your targets. And his response was, "That's airsoft." Okay, I'll teach you what airsoft is.
Well, yeah, you missed the next game because you had to go, but his own team got tired of him team killing him and started shooting him. Apparently, he was team killing the crap out of his own team. But no,
Oh,
like admins can't be everywhere. That's one of the reasons we accept video evidence. If you bring one of my refs, your GoPro, and show them, we pull the person aside. But it's one of those things. If we don't see it, there's nothing I don't want them. There is drama in airsoft. We all know this. I don't want somebody being accused of something they actually didn't do. So if the refs don't see it, they can't deal with it. However, if somebody brings me camera footage and I see blatantly cheated on it, we're going to deal with it.
so another key thing I'll point out that I forgot to mention before was the behavior that happened now with my mindset. So now instead of putting 1 shot into people, I'm putting 2. But when I was pushing the area where he was hiding in, because if you notice, I kept going to the same spot. He stays in that area because refs weren't going over there. No ref tower can see there. Everybody in that radius was getting blasted by me 3 or 4 times because I treated every single time I shot him as if it was that guy. But another cool thing, I don't know if you guys picked up on it or not. They give out red and blue armbands, glowing armbands. So it's a much easier way to see target acquisition, although it didn't help.
Yeah, no,
I
we
was
do
team
that. Yeah, we
killed.
do that too. Most indoor fields in Ohio do that. Courtesy of I forgot who sent them to everybody. One of the companies sent a bunch of them to all the fields.
Yeah. I got team killed quite a bit, but I also team killed quite a bit too.
Yeah. Is that the same guy that killed you? I naded and then somehow he survived.
When
I know you shot somebody, you got killed, and they shot you again when you turned around. I naded the room, and then the guy
yes,
shot Grizzly.
he shot me in the back too, and I said, "I was one time I really did lose my temper." I said, "What the f?" And it was people in the tower that were shooting out. So I can't wait to play at that field again, because I want to learn all the different angles and all that. Because it really is an awesome.
Yeah,
It's
so
an
he
awesome
shoots
field.
Joker in the back as Joker's trying to go. He's dead. I nade him in the room. Like his hands up, he is dead. He's turned around. The guy shoots him in the back again, and Joker
the back of
turns
the neck.
around. And I just looked at Joker. I pull the pin. I throw the grenade in. It goes off. I push into the room. He's still standing there, and he shoots me.
Yeah,
The guy that was
was
behind him took the grenade hit, turns around, looks at his teammate, is like, "What are you doing?" And the guy goes, "Trade." I was like, "I'm not trading on a grenade, dude." Oh, was it you, Matt? Sorry, yeah, it's Matt. So I consider him dead. I move on. I turn around. Matt gets shot by the same guy. I turn back around. He's still standing there in the fight. And I looked at him, and I just start shooting him until he puts his hand up.
Yeah. So that's why I said I got to go back again, because I got to give. I want to be able to play like at least a full day of airsoft there to get a good example. Like I got a really good feel on Virtue's field, with the exception of it being overcrowded because of the special event, and there's a lot of unusual players there that caused their own set of issues. But before we go jumping into the events, I mean that's pretty much our review for MK Airsoft. Highly recommend it. Go there, check it out. That team there is really good. That is running the place. Very little drama, to be honest. I mean, besides typical airsoft people not calling hits, which was not that bad, comparable to other places. If I look from like a Miami Airsoft to an Op 31, it was solidly like right in the middle. So
Yeah, Matt, you weren't the only one complaining about that. Actually, Joker, I need to plan this just right so I can get you back up here when we start the two-man battle royale tournament up at me.
Yeah, we can do that. So I want to address one thing that came up, and I'm doing this in a delicate way for once. But content creators that upload videos of themselves cheating,
Oh boy.
and then when they get called out on uploading a video of themselves cheating, they call the person calling them out a Karen. Discuss. We're not mentioning any names. So we're not going to call it the person who.
Yeah, really, you're not, huh?
Yeah, we know who the Karen is. We know who the Karen is.
Actually, no, it wasn't me at the start. I responded.
See, it wasn't him at the start.
I did not start it. I responded to the Karen comment because somebody else pointed it out. But we're not even going to talk about the video itself. I mean, the video itself had glaring issues with stuff that's going through. But if you're a content creator, you have the ability to control what goes up on your channel. I mean,
First off, I have to say this is a blanket apology to anybody named Karen. I know since this whole thing has started, y'all have been dealing with some identity issues.
start going
I
by
have
their
two friends
name.
named Karen, and I got yelled at for calling one of them by their name. I'm not calling her a Karen. Her name is Karen. But I saw the video in question.
I sent it to you, right?
Yeah.
That person has since deleted that post, by the way. They deleted the from there, re-uploaded the video onto another thing. So that's also, you kind of get an understanding of like when people do stuff. If you upload something, and Stu, I just want to say we can't name them because there could be financial repercussions for one or multiple people on this stream, not me. If they get offended by what is being said or anything else like that. And that's the last thing I need those companies to be impacted. That's why we're not naming them outright. Trust me, they were already put on blast in the community that matters.
So we were talking about good cheaters earlier. This is a case of bad cheaters. The Fifth Amendment does not apply to YouTube. Watching, like, at what? It's either laziness when you're editing your video, because there's no way that was missed. There's no way it
Exactly.
would be.
No, hang on. So I'm going to jump in. It's not that it was missed. It's not that it was overlooked. It's not any of that. It was that it didn't matter. And that was made evident by the comments. Because apparently I am the rule police, or police, I guess it would just make me regular police then. Whether a rule is a rule. You break a rule, you break a rule. That's all there is to it. It doesn't matter the extent of the rule. Yes, some are more severe than others, et cetera, et cetera. Yes, we all know that. And Joker said, this is what I use for you. Stealing a Snickers bar is not exactly the same thing as murdering a whole family. But they're still both breaking rules. Okay? Yes, one is more extent. One is even forgivable. You can actually forgive murdering a family. No. Stealing a Snickers bar.
Depends on the family. Hold on. It does depend on the family.
This is true. But a forgivable instance has to be forgiven by the person that was offended. It's not up to you who committed the offense to forgive yourself. Breaking a rule, the offender does not get to choose which rules are okay to break. Rules are rules, period. Go on. And by the way, no, the Snickers bar doesn't. Twix bars have families. Don't come at me, Stu. Don't come at me about my candy.
Stu, it is not a big name. Don't worry about it. It doesn't really affect anybody that's outside of the South Florida area. It just so happens that where this person posted it, it's an eye catcher because it's an eye catcher that the justification was, oh, well, that was my own partner that shot me, for example. This is the one I love. I love when friendly fire hits happen, right? When I play at Miami Airsoft, anytime I get hit, my hand goes up and I walk back to respawn. I can't tell you how many times people are like, oh, no, it's me. It's like friendly hits count, and you walk back to respawn. If at any point in time my hand goes up, I've called myself out. There could be people all around that I don't see that see me put my hand up, and especially because of how distinctive I look, if they don't see me walk back to respawn all the way, they then get the inclination that either A, I'm a cheater, which causes negative aspect to play, or B, decide that they're going to start following the same suit, causing more and more cheating. It's a spiral effect that especially happens at indoor fields like Miami Airsoft in particular. Go ahead.
Quick interjection.
Yeah.
Rather's Rage, want to say thank you very much for coming today and bringing me a case of water. It's my understanding he said it was for me to give to the players in the South so that they could wash down the sorry taste of defeat. I think is something along the lines of what he said. He's trying to get a hold of people and from the South, and nobody's coming on. But I don't want to talk about that right now. I just want to say thank you for coming by the shop today. You did bring me a case of water, and I always appreciate the support. So thank you very much, bud. Go have some fun with your daughter.
Yeah, speaking of the friendly fire thing, because MK has a rule where if you get friendly fired, the other person is dead. You stay in.
Oh, wow. I like that.
That rule I love, by the way.
I love that rule, but it did cause a bit of confusion because multiple people were shooting at me. I didn't see who hit me. I put my hand up. The ref told me I was fine and called out my teammate that shot me. So everybody else in the other team that was shooting at me thought I was cheating. And the ref did go over and explain to them that I wasn't cheating. None of them hit me.
I can see Virtue right now. He goes walking to a center. There's like five guys, like five of his own teammates around. All of a sudden they're shooting, and then he goes hit, and the ref goes, "No, you put your hand down." Everybody else puts their hands up and walks away. Perfect timing, kid. So
thanks, DK.
So there's a big factor about team kills count. It's a fact. It is what it is, and the justification. It was empty. I don't care if there's two players playing on the field, you versus one other player, or if there's 500 people playing on the field. It's irrelevant. The rules are the rules. Follow them. Because what it starts off on, especially at MA, especially on the weekends when this took place, it sets a mentality. And it was obviously early in the day where this happened because there was not a lot of people up there. In a later subsequent video, you could see more people on the field. if you have a group of people that say field opens at 10, you're playing the first game. A whole bunch of people show up at 11. But in the first game, you're dealing with a bunch of cheaters, so cheater mentality is in place, and all of a sudden people are not calling their hits or anything else. By the time those new people come on, it starts to build this crescendo of just not following the rules. Now, if you do it in a sense of, hey, I put this video up, let me explain where I'm wrong, that's a different story. Like what I did when I put my arm on the kid that I thought was hurting another kid. I said, you shouldn't do this. This is wrong. Here's why it was done. But I don't ever see a reason why, as a content creator, you would ever put anything up and try to defend it when you're cheating. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Because it's not cheating until you get caught. Until then, it's creative winning.
Stop it. Stop it right now.
I mean,
I will get you a room at the Red Carpet Inn.
now,
Hey, Tops.
like I can't go too depth because the video will obviously be known who it is. I highly doubt the person's watching or anything else. But if you have this awesome epic video, hit markers. Let's talk about hit markers for a second. If you're putting a video up with hit markers, and this isn't targeted at any one person.
No,
Sure. No, it's not.
No,
This
no,
actually
not at
one
all.
isn't. This is a pro tip. All right, this is a content creator pro tip.
But it's directed at the one person who made the video that didn't have the hit markers in the right place.
And just a
Inspired
reminder,
by.
inspired by the one person that made the video.
Inspired by.
If you're a content creator, highly advised that if you're going to be running a GoPro and you're in an arena, run a tracer. Buy the cheapest tracer you possibly can if you can. Run a tracer. Don't worry about hit markers. Why? Nowadays, most people think hit markers are not really where the BB lands if they cannot see the track of the BB going in. Unless you have a zoom cam where you can do like some of the other guys do, where you can watch that BB go all the way in. But if you're placing a hit marker, make sure it's in the right spot. Don't make like if you put the hit marker right between my eyes, but really hit me over here on the side of the head, and it can be seen that way, just put it where it belongs. So then that way people can, hey, what's up, Tops? What if a teammate who accidentally shoots you isn't very friendly? Well,
Why is he a teammate? Why is he a teammate?
I will forever stand my ground on this soapbox that friendly fire is not friendly.
I shot you twice. Shut up, okay? Twice.
It's usually a revenge shot. When Mark's running by.
Well, Rick knows exactly what my revenge shots feel like. Blow me up with a grenade.
he did what? He naded you, shot you, shot me. Shot me. He's lucky he's lucky I didn't find him after he shot me while I was in the bus. Because I was going to go back and shoot him and make it go out, but I really wanted that bus. So yeah, if you're making hit markers, make sure it's right where it possibly is. If you can't see that BB clearly in your video, learn how to do the zoom, crop and zoom, so you can zoom in to see where it hits, and then put a circle around it, not necessarily an X, because first off, people really don't care about the hit markers anymore. But secondly,
Oh shoot! No, the one before that.
I don't want to comment on that. Please don't let me comment on that.
Yeah, the third one down.
I really don't
There
want
you
to. Please don't let me comment on that.
take prisoner the wrong black guy is what happened. Take prisoner. And that black guy goes, I'm not the man, dude. Yes, you are. Damn, I swear this is like real life.
You are now.
No, dude, that was the beauty of that whole incident. He didn't say a word to them. They kept questioning him. He just kept silent.
Because he's smart. Hold on. Not to sound bad here, but isn't that like black people code at this point in time? Just don't say anything. Just be quiet and comply.
Okay,
Just like
okay, this is coming from a guy with a law degree. That's not a black people thing, a white people thing. That's not anybody thing. Shut the fuck up. I don't know what state you're in. I don't know if I'm licensed in that state. This is friendly advice from a friend to a friend, not from a lawyer. You give them basic information and you shut the fuck up until your lawyer gets there.
Mm-hmm.
say what? Do what now? Do what?
Shut the fuck up until your lawyer gets there.
All right.
That explains
So
to people all the time.
I guess it's time for us to go through the announcement. Would you not say, Papa? Now it's time to do the announcement.
Yes.
Who's your new CO for something?
Do it.
No.
Yeah. But
No,
I
it's-
don't know.
It for
What?
Yeah.
Weird. Don't you have
Become the
something that you
Three
wish to
Stooges.
say, sir?
Oh, who, me? Wait, that means if I talk now, I can go to bed right after I say it.
Well,
Is that
we
what we're
said
talking
you were
about?
asleep
Is
already.
this the announcement that you want me to talk about? This is our
Yes, if
announcement.
you want
as
to go
A.T.E
through
Airsoft.
through your announcement, sir, about
Okay,
your
we'll
newest
go
event.
through my announcement. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Earlier, we had a stream tonight. A.T.E Airsoft did, and we talked about our new and upcoming event at a brand new AO for our style of Milsim, and that AO is in Griffin Training Center in Maxton, North Carolina. Will be held on May 20th through the 22nd. You got that down correctly, Joker? May 20th through the 22nd. A 500 player event. Tickets are $155 for the event, and then $75 for the JTF missions, which will be run by Alex Fallon and his crew. We will have JTF missions. This facility is huge. Can handle it. We will have POVs. We will have 2 buses at our disposal to move players around across this AO. There is a actual 727 sitting on one of the runways out there to be used as part of our JTF. Well, I shouldn't say that, but we'll be involved with a lot of our missions and stuff out there. Again, that date is May 20th through the 22nd, the weekend before Memorial Day weekend.
And you can go to ATEAirsoftevents.com and
Yes.
pick up your tickets.
Yes, tickets are on sale now. The site is up and running. Pick your faction. It is green versus tan. The continuation, the storyline is there. It's a continuation of the Aftermath event. It's just now that the civilians somehow won the last event, are now forming their own
Excellent
militia.
strategy and Zerg technique.
Thanks to this XO, not the CO.
That's a
She
damn
choked.
lie.
Shots fired.
That's a damn lie because the EXO blew himself up.
With the help of the CO.
Yeah, he did.
But
I didn't
anyways,
think
that's
it
what we have going on in May. That's one of the huge event for A.T.E Airsoft. Ron Weber has been working tirelessly since November to put the whole thing together with the contract and all that stuff. Yes, be on the lookout. We are working on having a helicopter there. We're
That's
working
awesome.
to get the confirmation on everything. We got the contracts and stuff. But POVs will be allowed. Free camping on site. We're going to try and keep it faction oriented as far as the camping to kind of stand up on the out by the AO, not on the AO, but out by the AO. Lots of terrain, all different types of terrain. Be prepared to have a good time the whole weekend long, and lots of vendors. Right now we have. Oh crap! Here I go. I got to go off the top of my head. This
Hold on,
company
I got
called-
you. You got,
got me?
Rage. Yeah, you
Rage
got
Custom?
RC. Rage RC.
I was going to
Airsoft?
say somebody else first. I was going to do Rage last because he did most of the work.
Okay. Yeah,
DEO
Airsoft
is going to
Airsoft.
be there as a sponsor.
DEO, a pack of guys coffee, high powered airsoft, on to go surplus, tactical imaging, Third Coast Airsoft are your, and then of course RC Airsoft as
Yep.
your main head
And
sponsor.
Airsoft Junkies also.
I said that second.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear. I thought you said TCA.
I said TCA at the very end because
Okay.
I'm literally reading it off the screen.
That's awesome. I'm glad you went straight down the line. That's good. I don't have it in front of me.
See, that's
Yeah, there we
when I
go.
started with,
Look at
I started
that.
with, see where I started?
And
I
that's
started
not the
right
only. We
there.
still have plenty of slots open. The patch is being created as we speak by Tactical Imaging. If it's anything like our Aftermath patch, it's going to be freaking awesome.
It looks like it's going to be a really good event. So
Huge event. Yep.
the downside is I might not be able to make that one depending on what MegaCon.
Woohoo! Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud? Sorry.
Ugh.
I'm going away again. Bye. No.
Thanks, Wiener. Thanks for that.
Anytime. Anytime.
I really appreciate all the love and support that
We
you
love you,
guys
Mark.
constantly show
We
me
do support you, Mark. We let
with the
you come.
massive disrespect and
Like-
everything else. Yep, got it. We look forward to seeing more and more of the information as it comes out. Related
Tops, you can't play. You're going to be an admin because you did such a marvelous job at Aftermath. You and Mo. You and
Two
Mo are
notebooks
gonna be
full of
admins there.
war crimes.
Oh my gosh. But anyways,
Impressive.
that's what we got coming up. A.T.E Airsoft events.com. We actually have a website up for our events. We actually have our own ticketing up and going, and tickets are already selling. I don't know how many we have so far, but tickets are selling.
Shut up. I mean,
Why?
what?
Huh? What? Huh? But don't forget, before you go to our event, you have to do North versus South.
I'm just over here being jealous. That's all.
Jealous of what? You got a hell of an event going on in South Florida that I can't go to because I'm moving.
I got a great event going on.
You have an awesome event going on that I'm going to miss. So, see, Mark's making up by not coming to our event, and
I know, right?
I can't come to
He
yours.
boycotts your event, Papa. I boycott his.
There we go.
That's how that works. I'm there for my man. Yeah, there's a high likelihood I'm going to be having something big to do at MegaCon Orlando. I'm just waiting for the call back to see exactly what we get to do there.
If not, you're welcome to our event.
Of course, I know. I'd be there otherwise.
But if you have any questions, just ask. I mean, I'm ready to help. I'm taking my 4-wheeler. Yes, bring your 4-wheeler.
You bombed us. Respect is low. I didn't bomb anybody. Papa bombed himself. Yes, you did. You came over and pushed it on the table.
I did not, because I got bombed myself.
I was right there when it happened.
Waited until I got back there in order to drop that
No,
bomb.
I called it in. All right. I called it in when you were standing right there. You walked into the explosion, sir. Or play back the video because I got the video.
Where's your sound bite? Where's that at?
I don't have my
Where's the sound
soundboard
bite?
here. I'm actually borrowing
Yeah.
somebody else's equipment.
I gotcha. Dang it, I love the sound bite. Oh,
That's
my gosh.
actually epically awesome because that's going to be something for the record books when we keep talking about. All right.
Yep. So, anyways,
So let's talk about the next event that we're really excited for, which is coming up this month in 25 days. Get your tickets now. North Vrs South 3.
8 tickets have been purchased, by the way, since we've been on the stream today. I don't know if it's as a result, and all 8 were from the South. I did speak to the Southern General today, and spoke to the Southern and Northern General today. With their Thursday, we'll be having a stream. Meet your generals. So any questions you have?
Here comes the general.
So what's that?
that was pretty sad.
All right, yeah, that's
Anyway,
I'll take that.
yeah. So look, we're going to start doing more and more videos, answering questions, letting everybody know everything from accommodations, camping, and duplexes to the gameplay. The biggest thing that I keep trying to get across: this is not your everyday event. This is not. It's not a confusing event either. You know, I've been to events where I've been gameplay where it's confusing. It's not the same as everything else. It's not confusing at all. We just set it up just different enough to give you an immersive gameplay without you having to think too much about it. We're aware the airsofters don't like to think. So we also, right now, we had 15 committed admins. Of the 4 people on the stream, one of them dropped out from that. So that's okay. Bow your head. There you go. So right now there's 14 committed admins on the field. So there'll be at least 14 admins on the field. And we're looking for even more. The gameplay itself, absolutely positively I can't stress it enough, guys. This is not something you've played before. You have not played a game like this before. Having separated, you used the word segregated already. Having separated spawn and CP, they're not in the same location. They're not treated the same. That's the key factor here. It helps move the game along. The fact that you can take POWs helps move the game along. You want to slow the other team down, cut them in half. That's how you do it. Bomb their armory, take POWs, take their objectives back, storm their Capitol buildings. Those are all things that you can do in this game.
Join the bounty hunter faction.
We will be talking about that shortly. And after I finish throwing up from Joker moving all the screens around and making me nauseous, we on Thursday we'll be I'll have Toucan on as well. He'll be we'll be going over all of the rules, answering any and all questions. It's gonna be Thursday night. Any questions anybody has, going over all the rules, regulations, everything. We do not have a specific number of roles that you can play. You want to have a whole squad of LMGs, have a whole squad of support. I don't care, because this isn't traditionally military based. The squad is how you want to build it. This is militia based, essentially. We closed off Florida. The government, the federal government said no more. We're done with you. Figure it out yourself. So these are Floridians versus Floridians. Beware of flying alligators. Will not end up on the 6 o'clock news. I promise. That is the other thing. I've said it before. I will say it every single time. I've said it to both of the generals, to anybody I've spoken to. We will not tolerate poor player behavior. Absolutely not. I don't care. I don't care if I throw every single person off the field. It doesn't matter. I will not have that. We're not going to have fights. We're not going to have bad attitudes. This is nothing more than an extension of how I run my field. Anybody that's been there knows that. We have enough admins right there that are going to be watching every single person. Every corner of this field is going to be covered by an admin. It's not going to happen. Gator NATO. It's absolutely positively not going to. You can come to this event with confidence.
It's raining iguanas right now. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's the iguana raining season.
I mean, I'm currently trying to find a way to make my banjo airsoft safe.
All right. So I had a quick question for you, Papa.
Mm-hmm.
When are the generals going to be on?
On Thursday.
Rise up! Here he comes. Here comes the general. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the general.
Hey, Joker, is your office door to your left or your right?
To my left.
Good, so you know how to get the fuck out.
Wow.
And by the way, if you don't play that song while you're introducing the generals, you're wrong.
I refuse to. Absolutely refuse to. Nothing else.
See, Mercy gets it.
Oh, I hate that thing so much.
Look, you might hate it, but it's what got me home without having to stop the last last hour and a half when I was driving home from Ohio. For some reason, Hamilton kept me awake, so you can shut the right
It
hell up.
kept you awake. Good.
Anyways, all right. So most people don't know. Like, we talk a lot about AOs and all that. You're talking about gameplay. Let's talk about the AO itself.
Sure, absolutely.
The Force Center really is an awesome location to play at. I mean, if you guys haven't had the ability to play there, something hasn't been said before, but it's probably going to be one of the last few times you actually get a chance to play at this AO, because they're going to demo the shit out of it and turn it into a racetrack.
Yep.
So it's going to go away. And when I say there's a lot of awesome places to fight there, I'm not lying. It's not like it's speaking of which,
guys, if you want to see gameplay there, actually some of the best. To give you an idea, there's actually a guy who used to play at my local field, and he did an amazing video for Overwatch 4 back when Doomsday used to run. Doomsday made the Force Center famous. Absolutely positively made the Force Center famous. It's what drew me to want to have an event there, and really felt like this was the place for North Vrs South. If you want to see a really, really great video, well laid out, and shows a lot of aspects of the field and the buildings, just do a Google search on YouTube, or do Google search on YouTube for Archangel Overwatch. and you'll see Overwatch 4 done by Archangel Airsoft, and it shows you everything, all aspects of the Force Center. The only thing that won't be there is the mini birds there. We're not going to have that. Medic rule, yes. Medic rule or medic roll?
No, he said medic roll because that was Chris doing the awesome medic attack to get us all up. He literally ran and slid in front of Nick, who's sitting there with both of his hands up like that.
Oh,
I got pulled back, so he was a distraction, and he rolled over to Tinker after he mediced up Nick. It was actually so. Oh yeah, that was busted. Yeah, well, actually, that's actually good. I mean, these are all the different structures that are out there that can be used. I mean, obviously, you're not seeing the interiors, but all these buildings are essentially going to be in play, right? The entire inner complex is in play. Papa?
absolutely.
Yeah. So
That damn bus.
See, now I'm torn between showing up in a
Hold on a second.
bathrobe and a hairnet with my shotgun.
this is actually one of my funniest moments of Overwatch 6, watching all the green go running, and then Papa runs inside of the porta potty and hides from the grenade.
Papa does not run inside the porta potty. Papa walked inside and took a piss.
Everybody was running. I don't want to hear no nonsense.
I was pretty hit.
That looks like everybody's running to me,
Running
sir.
inside of it.
That's everybody's running to that porta potty.
Maybe they had Taco Bell last night. Don't judge.
Let me see. Where are some of the other?
Or those new KFC.
The area you just showed, by the way,
Beyond
is not in play.
Yeah, this is one of the buildings that actually gives you a good idea about the cell blocks.
I sent you a video.
Me?
You want to pull it up? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pull it up in a second.
So
Give Tinker some credit for the work he does here. Tinker doesn't like to sit back.
One on that right doorway at the end of the corner. Watch it. Under the stairs, under the stairs, under the stairs. Push, push, push. Hey.
So angry all the way through.
Even when he got hit.
So angry, so young. Damn this rap music.
Things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head.
Oh, shit, I can't play the
Yeah,
music.
you might want to mute that before YouTube catches it.
Yeah. So this gives you a really good idea of just about the layout. There's a lot of two-story structures.
yeah, Little Bird's not there.
And this was Overwatch 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So just to be clear, we're not going to be having those sort of technicals out there.
Nope. There'll be there's 2 technicals total on the field, one for each side.
For a second, I was like, wait a second, this can't be 4. That looks like my truck.
Stu, you're fired.
I mean, 2 technicals, so I can't mount my hoverboard.
You're fired too.
Big Bird.
It's a Florida game. I expect to see some crazy shit.
Well, you are.
I know. I'm going to make a bingo checklist because I got tactical Crocs already on there.
Only if you put him in 4-wheel.
It actually is, for the most part, it actually is big man friendly. I mean, I think the only real downside that you're going to have, Brainerd, is that, I mean, if you're planning on running the LMG, you might have some space issues.
There's your good overview of it right
Yeah,
there.
that's a great overview of it.
Ooh, that is a lot of open terrain. Looks like
Sure.
I'm breaking up
Thanks.
Striker.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of open terrain between the buildings and out. There's not a lot of foliage out there to cover behind. So there's going to be a lot of times it's a lot of hard moving. And then it's things along the line of if you run fast and run hard, you can get out there and get across a lot of stuff because you're also just dealing with airsofters. Not everybody's airsoft gun is great, you know. Some of them are good. But
So I
they're
need
not
to get
great.
the D-hop on my MTW when I come down.
I have one ready for you.
The sand spurs are not bad.
Nope, they are not.
Sand spurs? Is that a southern thing?
Yeah, it's a type of grass seed pod. It's literally a bunch of spikes on a.
Yeah, they weren't bad there at that facility. Nope, not at
Yeah,
all.
they're not bad there. It's a thing in Florida. Sand spurs, prickers.
Look here, Smurfs. Crocs are the official shoe of I give up on life.
I have a pair.
They were prison shoes. Oh, that drives me crazy.
What setting is this on? Okay. Sorry. The hell's
That being
BB
said,
setting?
I am really looking forward to my mini Florida vacay coming up. My working vacay.
I know, right?
Had this
Yeah, you'll have to plan out and see when you guys are coming over to hit a day over at Miami Airsoft. Stream some of that live.
Yeah, I should have. So a while back when all my shit got stolen, we've talked about it before. Somebody's recently given me a new GoPro, so I'll actually be getting footage again.
Fire ants, different story. Yeah.
Yeah, there's fire ants all over the place.
Yeah, keep your eyes open for the fire ant hills. Other than that,
Yeah, just watch you lay down on the grass. That's right.
Yeah.
Fire ants
All
will
right,
carry
so
you away.
I'm not bringing my tactical kilt.
I'm not the best. I'm aware of that. We made an amazing game. It really is. It's gonna. We didn't invent the rule set, and we definitely didn't invent use of this AO. We did change the gameplay though, and I really do believe that because of it, it's gonna set something new. I think everybody's gonna enjoy it. I think playing it this way is gonna make it a little more intriguing. Gonna help you move it along. It's gonna be more than just run and gun at this point, because people are gonna want to play a little different. You're gonna have to actually think strategically about what it is you're trying to do. You kill an enemy soldier. May not be just enough to let him sit there and get revived. Might be better to take him off the field for a few minutes.
Here's another important factor too, guys. It's going to be cool outside. It's going to be cold.
Cold by who?
Depends on what you're talking about.
By
Cold.
Florida
yeah.
standards. Florida
Yeah,
standards.
okay.
It's going to be cold. So it's
Yeah,
perfect.
because Sid's going to be running around naked.
I'm seriously. I got my multi-cam tactical kilt, man. It's
gonna
got
be
mag pouches in the pockets.
I've seen it, but it is. It's going to be a nice temperature. It's perfect weather to run and gun. It's going to be a great time. This facility, like I said, it's one of those things that's like a limited time. Sort of
Brainerd,
like
tell
when
me
you
again why you can't go. I forget why Brainerd couldn't go.
I think it has to do with travel.
Scared of planes? What's the problem? Yeah.
We could have that M60 fixed for him.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, you got a multicam or swimsuit.
I forget what area he's in. I've got a multicam barat.
Remember the rule, Steve. Each piece of multicam makes you 10% more douchey. This is why I own multicam boxers.
Because he wants to be
loadout,
he
I'm
wants to be spring fresh down there.
125%
Apparently, yes.
more douchey.
You have classes Saturday and Sunday?
Every day.
So Papa, remember what I said about I'm coming to this event?
Yeah.
Not if that happens.
Me neither. Me neither. Oh, thank God. No, you're coming into town to play. So, really,
Online classes, really?
You know, you want to know the truth here? Let me put it like this. I guess maybe I should have said this a while ago. I quickly admit the things that I can and can't do. Right? I can't dunk. I can't get up on the counter without a step stool. And I can't promote for shit. I just can't. You know, my fields didn't grow because of my promotion. They grew because of word of mouth. We do good things and people talk about it. I need help. I need help from you guys here in the chat, from you guys here on the stream. I need help. I think there's gonna be an amazing event. I just, you know, numbers are low. North far outweighs the South right now. About 10-1 right now. I'm sorry, I take it back. They are 5-1. Excuse me, 5-1 right now. And so I know that more South is coming, but you know, I really want to get this spread. I want to get more people knowing about it because I think they're gonna have a great time. I really do believe it.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Tactical? Starseed Airsoft.
So you know, I don't want to harp on it. I feel you guys all know how I feel about this stuff. I don't like to talk about my shit because it feels arrogant. It feels, I don't know. I don't like self-promotion about any of that stuff. I just like doing. I don't want to talk about it, and it's hurting me right now, and it's going to hurt the players because I'm not getting it out there. So now I'm asking for help.
So North Vrs South, like going over like the previous North Vrs South, right? The two previous North Vrs South games were actually a lot of fun. I mean, even on the confined field of Op 31, which was 7 acres.
7.5 acres. That was the playable area. Was 7.5 acres.
So with that playable area that we played in, and how much that we utilized that field, there was a lot of stuff that was involved for North Vrs South that we kept pushing, a lot of objectives and everything else. And that's only on a small, that's literally only, I think, isn't it like 60 acres inside that fence line?
47.
47? Okay, so it's 1/7 the area, or
7 times.
1/7. So
Yeah, how does that work?
yeah, I was my brain all of a sudden went to 11. I was like, no, it's not 11, it's 7. It's 1/7 of the size, so 4 centers 7 times greater in size, and the amount of objectives and stuff that they're going to put into play, and the amount of gameplay that goes through there, if people actually show up to play and buy their tickets and come to this awesome event, it's going to be a really awesome event. I mean, we're going to have a hell of a lot of fun using the facility to the fullest. That hasn't probably been used in previous events. I'm not knocking Doomsday Airsoft or anything. But with no dedicated CPs and prisoners can be taking and everything else, there's a whole lot of stuff that's going to be happening there that is different than what was experienced before. So now's the time to check it out. Now's the time to come out to this AO before it gets shut down. I mean, the last event that was up there, a lot of people did not have a lot of fun with, but that's not this event host. This event host right here actually puts on an awesome game where you won't have half the problems that go on the field. He doesn't tolerate the cheating. He doesn't tolerate bad behavior. Things get adjusted right away. You don't have nearly as much stuff.
I mean, I'm
I have actually directed.
Sorry.
No,
I'm getting as much as I can up in my area. Our problem is travel. Not everybody's willing to go from Ohio to Florida.
It's cheap to fly, by the way.
It is cheap to fly. I've offered to throw people in my car to come with me, and Rick, because Starman's coming down with me.
Yeah.
Maybe you should drive everybody's equipment, and then they can all fly.
I drive a hybrid. There's going to be enough room in my car for me, Rick, and my stuff, and maybe Rick's if he's traveling light.
Fair enough. Okay. So we build you a trailer that is nothing but solar cell on the outside, just nothing but pure photovoltaic cell on the outside.
I'm not lying. I've thought about it.
The
I mean, if I bring the food truck, I can throw people's stuff in the box.
it's. I mean, I can't say it enough. You know, I and you mentioned the admins and things like that. I have instructed all my admins, and I'm maintaining this. None of them are to engage in any dispute or anything like that with any player. Something happens, they call me. This is my responsibility. My team is there to help me. Absolutely. They're there to be admins, but I don't want them getting involved in anything. I'm not putting them in harm's way in any fashion, whether emotionally, mentally, or physically. They're there to be admins, not to babysit. Me, on the other hand, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Somebody says something to my admin, you're gone. There's no. Well, it was a heated moment. Learn to control your temper, baby. Get out.
Drink some milk.
I just don't care because I'm not gonna have it. The shit that I see, I will not be featured on Joker's Dollar Theater. Here, put it that easy.
I wonder what promoter could possibly
my own stream for a negative reason.
And look, I mean, for the most part, I mean, there was only 2 instances I got on camera, which would have been excellent Dollar Theater, if I was going just for content, right? The whole fence almost being ripped out of the ground thing, and then of course, Papa being piggybacked to the during that one game where he had to yell at people because of bad behavior. So this time of year, it's going to be cool outside. You can camp on the field, or not on the field, but you can camp at the site. They have the townhouses are open. You have a really good host that's going to be putting on a pretty awesome game. I'm almost wondering if it's what's maybe impacting it a little bit is the fact that it's only a one-day game.
I imagine maybe. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
We're saying hi. Thank you.
Hi. Give me that. You want a refill?
No, thank you.
Okay.
He had all the cereals he needs for the evening.
I'm
Thank
not
you,
gonna lie. I was really hoping she was just gonna walk up behind him and slap him in the back of the head and tell him to get off his video game.
Stop playing the damn video game.
Actually, if that's going to bring people to this event, I will talk with Papa about smoking brisket.
If that happens, I'll do it. I don't look. Whatever it
I
takes.
mean, I think Papa's already going to be cooking some stuff, right?
No. I got talked out of it. But Jake Weinberger, who he's a local player, been playing with us for years and years. He just opened up his own food truck, and we're allowing him to come and sell. He's going to be providing a food truck out there. I'm going to probably have one other food truck as well, maybe 2 others. And you can pre-order your food, make sure it's all set and ready. I want everybody to get well fed, but whatever it takes to get people out. Because honestly, I want you guys to come out and have a good time. When I first started running Op 31. The game days were between 12 and 20 players. 6-on-6 is not a fun game, even on 7 acres. We used to make the most of it. As it grew. When you start to get 20-on-20, now you're starting to have a fun time. We get the right numbers on this field. The gameplay will speak for itself, and you guys will have a great time. Just want to get you there.
Stu, that's a thing for a lot of people, and I tell this story a lot.
What's up, Husky?
And that's about regrets, not just in life, but in your quote-unquote airsoft LARPing career. One of my biggest ones was there was an event hosted at an amusement park, an abandoned amusement park that has since been torn down. And it was the last chance anybody had to play there. It was the one and only event they ever had there. And it was maybe an 18-hour drive, and I was like, I drive 18 hours for work all the time. I don't want to do it for an airsoft event. And then I got to see the videos from all my buddies that went, and dear God, am I kicking myself over it.
Like,
it was
there's
amazing.
Richland Siege. Oh yeah.
I get.
Look, prick. I had tickets for that. It got canceled on me. I didn't cancel on it.
It's a great AO, but it's an AO that's been used.
You know what,
I
that's
get that. It's there's a lot of things that can be said that might be deterrents. I get that too. I truly do. But and the most I can tell anyone who's never played at one of my events or at my field is talk to someone who has. That's right there. I'm promising. I'm giving my word for the good time for the good gameplay.
It will be.
The AO is good, but it's Yordi who showed up, spoke Spanish for 25 minutes, sold $700 worth of guns and left, and I didn't get to talk to him. that was today. Yeah,
like
he showed up, first time I've seen him in weeks. He shows up today. I give him a hug. He's there. He's here for 20 minutes. We're working with a bunch of guys on the floor for some reason, and he leaves. I barely get to say goodbye.
So the one AO that I really wish I got a chance to play on was that aircraft carrier.
That was fun.
Yeah, see? So there's always these AOs that you have to sometimes experience once. Brainerd, for you, I mean, we could always make it to where if you come down early enough, or we could even brave a Sunday going to MA and playing at MA. So now it is a 2-day event.
I'm down.
I'll make sure that you get at least 2 days worth of airsoft in, man. I mean, you can fly into Fort Lauderdale.
We need the guns, Brainerd. We need the
Mark will
guns.
share a bed with you.
No, I can't. He's too fucking big, man. It's like you try sharing a bed with him, man. He'll push you out.
Dude. So I walk into the field for the swap meet, and I see a Joker, and I said, "Hey, where's Brainerd?" And I turn around, and there's just this individual above everyone else. And I went, "Never mind, I see him."
Well,
yeah,
you gotta let me know before tomorrow if you're coming, though, because then I won't even bother shipping your gun to you. We'll just
you still have to ship him his gun, man.
All right.
Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean by holding off, so that way he has it to play with, then shipping it back after.
Or you can just take it back.
Yeah. However he's getting down there, it's gonna have to fly. If I just hold it for him, it saves that piece.
And then you don't have to really worry about bringing anything, man, except for your camo. And, one baggage fee. What city you're out of? I love doing this. I'll Google flight this shit right now.
Muncie. I saw that. I didn't realize where it's from.
Pennsylvania last time.
February 26th. It's a Saturday.
But aren't people coming in Friday night and camping?
Yep.
I mean, no, never mind. There won't be enough room in my car for Brainerd. I was like, I can squeeze him into the back seat, but there's no squeezing that man into anything.
He said Muncie, Indiana.
Yeah, I just got to figure out what's the closest. He just has to tell me what the closest.
And it's Star Wars limited edition. What limited edition? What?
The hater. That's mine, Yordi. That's mine.
It's
Such and such is Yordi.
Yeah, that's Yordi.
Okay.
All right.
We're staying at the Joker Hotel. Wait, what? The wife is not even. Look, I already got one fight with my wife today. I don't need to get into another. Indianapolis.
And Sarah might get a little jealous.
Sarah's not coming to this event.
Why not?
There's enough room in your car without you.
That's really funny, Tyler.
Okay, I drive a hybrid. It's a hot Ioniq. It's actually a pretty big sedan. Like I put a lot of crap in that car, but like Brainerd ain't fitting.
Yeah,
I have an awesome idea.
We've definitely established I'm not good at this part, guys, but I really am excited about it. And I want to see the gameplay happen. I want to see this event. I've been wanting this event for months. Oh God, what? 6 months, 7 months. It was supposed to happen. We got bumped a couple times. I really want to see this one happen because I think this is going to be. It's probably not going to be the last one we do, but I mean this. This is the third one. This 193 last time. Now more people know about it. I don't know. I don't even know how to do this. I'm out. Tapping out.
Yeah, Jim still needs to buy his ticket, Miss Mercy. So, Brainerd, if you decide that you want to fly on Spirit, and depending on what day you leave, like for example, if you can get all your schoolwork done before say 6:15 p.m. on Thursday, you could fly. You could fly in. You'll be in at 8:55 p.m. It's like this flight. Let's see the return flight, and we have like multiple return flight options. Like we could log a few hours into Miami Airsoft and fly you out of Fort Lauderdale. I mean, I could always look for Miami.
You just remember, it's Brainerd. You're going to have to buy the seat next to him too.
That's his upgrades. Look, I get the base fares, all right? You guys tack on whatever upgrades you all want. So, yeah, he's short on numbers. I mean, look, it's if you guys want to have an opportunity to shoot the shit out of me, come on down. And yes, I know that's team kills count. Pricks.
I mean, if you weren't, so identifiable on every field.
I won't be there. Because I'm not going to be wearing this, and I'm not going to wear a tactical. I'm going to be wearing my actual green gear. So I could play Milsim.
Look, that field is awesome. That AO is phenomenal, especially when you're playing inside the prison with the cells and the buildings and the church and the cafeteria, the med bay, all that stuff. I mean, I played down there plenty of times, and then I've been running admin and stuff. So if you want to go to a good event, this is one you want to catch. I mean, North versus South could be awesome. Even if it's a one-day event, you show up on Friday and hang out with everybody. It's the same thing like we did for Aftermath. You come down on Friday, you camp out, you see everybody, you see the vendors will be there on Friday, all that stuff, and you be prepared to get ready for the big event on Saturday morning and or Saturday, period. It's kind of like what we did with Aftermath.
Although it is a one-day event, we are there on Friday.
Correct. So it's not really a one-day event. I mean, it's a two-day event that you get to hang out and meet all the other airsofters from across the country that are going to be coming. The tickets will start selling that the last 2 weeks like Lars did. So
gameplay is from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. With an hour break for lunch. Hopefully we don't extend that, but it's an hour break for lunch.
If you do for lunch right by the entrance to the AO, you got it made.
Yeah. And after 6, we do is when we do the raffle.
So, Brainerd, to answer that question, it's actually cheaper on Friday to go. Same 6:15, you land at 8:55 p.m. It's $114 round trip.
He's got you. Not to mention, I'll be down early, and depending on how things go at the shop, I might be building custom pistols on Friday.
Cool.
So, incentive.
Excuse me.
Speaking of pistols, dear God, the Galaxy High Kappa, I got to run that thing last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I think I've helped their sales.
And now, how does the performance compare? Did you run any of the other Galaxies?
Somebody had a Glock. I ran that. Both performed very well. I will say the High Kappa variant is snappier, because of the base build.
Sure.
But like the return to battery, the cycle time was just insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can fly into Fort Lauderdale, and I can get you. Let's see, Miami International.
And while you're talking about that, I actually have one thing to promote real quick. We're going to be instituting our Valentine's Day special package. Who knows? Maybe we'll put it up on some kind of auction. But we have a special package for the lady or whoever in your life.
I can't tell if he's walking away or if he just got off his stool.
One of these days, he just has to go like this and just go, Frump. I'm just saying, Brainerd, if you decide to make the trip down, fly to Fort Lauderdale, we could find you accommodations and all that. And
so it is a package deal. It's a 2-gun package deal. for Valentine's Day.
That gun looks bigger than
It's actually
than
not
Papa.
that big. It's really not. It's the stubby version of the. It's Lancer Tactical. It's the second gen. It's been upgraded. It's got D-hop amplifier. It's got the mag, and I thought did we not put the motor in the optic, and the limited edition red on black Glock 17. Correction, Glock 19. Excuse me. So, package deal. Anybody interested? Let us know. It's going to be going up on Friday. It's going to be going up for sale on the website on Friday.
All right.
I'm tired of promoting shit.
Okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go take a 3-minute intermission real quick because
I've got to take off.
All right. Well, at that point in time, thanks very much, Wiener, for coming on and giving us your
problem
stuff. So feel free to take off, Mr. Wiener Man. And
you guys enjoy A.T.E Airsoft-events.com. A.T.E Airsoft-events.com. Don't forget.
Yeah, with your 57 hat changes.
Oh, wait. wait. One more. Where's it at? There it is. AMS. There we go. I'll give them a shout out. There we go. Okay, we're good. Y'all take care. Have a good one. Be safe. And I'll talk to y'all again soon. Bye.
Later, brother.
Later.
Wiener from A.T.E Airsoft signing off. Goodbye. Shit. That always sucks whenever it goes down to that way. What's the package price for that deal?
7 flat.
7 flat. All right. So with that being said, with all the nice upgrades and everything else, we're going to take a 3-minute intermission real quick. Some of us have to drain the lizard, and I think I'm going to go chase a dog down. So we'll be back in 3 minutes.
Dude, why are you shooting like 5 times? Right here in the gun. You shot the gun. Right there. Oh, nice shot. Good trade.
Hey, do you know if you're supposed to... Come on, man. I called that. You're stopping 4.5.
And there we go. Now, for those of you who don't know, when you're watching this, I could see what he was doing for like the last 30 seconds because I could see everybody's camera, whether they're in this area, the main screen or not. I can see it all. So the only thing I can come back to is him doing this.
Was that Wiener?
No, that was Virtue.
Oh.
He's like doing that. So I can see a lot of this stuff that you guys can't when it goes through. All right, Brainerd. He asked to see if you get time off to get everything go through. All right. So moving on to the next shameless plugs. We are going to talk about Syndicate 2. We sold a couple tickets too. It seems like every single time that we start talking live on some of these events, about some of these events, we seem to sell tickets, which is always an awesome thing. All right.
Yes.
Sorry, I just got Sin's message. No, about the going in. So, Syndicate 2, we are selling at a really good clip. Pretty soon, there's only going to be, I think by the end of tomorrow, there's only going to be 75 DEA forces tickets left and only about 70 cartel forces left. So there's some tickets that are going to start rolling in. Once we sell out of these, which is April 29th through May 1 at the Crescent Prison, the haunted freaking prison. And by the way, I don't think that's underplayed enough when it comes to the Force Center. That place is haunted too.
It's not haunted.
There's bodies buried there.
You're haunted.
There's bodies buried in my backyard. What's your point?
Wait, what?
What?
No. What I meant to say was.
What I meant to say was, there's nothing buried in the backyard.
What I meant to say was, I don't have anything.
We got to make that a shirt. What I meant to say was, I don't have anything. That's going to be a patch. I'm gonna put a patch. I'm gonna get a patch made. What I meant to say was I didn't have anything. No, Brainerd, I'll send you a promo code.
So along with those tickets being left available, there are still, I believe, 5 slots left for Blackwater.
Oh, really?
So we are still actively recruiting, and we are a selective group.
You know what? I don't see a ticket choice for that.
No, there's not. There's not. We wouldn't be very clandestine if it was just out there in the open, would we?
It's on the dark web.
There is a sane amount of crazy history there. I'm not going to lie. With that place, when you start diving deep into the history of that prison.
Nope, don't want to know.
Who the fuck are you?
What now? What the fuck was that?
I don't know. Just look out the window. Anyway, while Joker's apparently assaulting somebody in his yard, Syndicate 2, Crescent Prison. I like to say it's Syndicate 2 Electric Boogaloo, but they won't change the title. It's going to be another great time of DEA running in fair from the cartel.
Do I get to be Turbo or Ozone? I just got to know.
It's a great event, huge AO, lots of buildings. The tunnels are freaking creepy.
Kind of feels weird to keep talking about it.
Yeah, I know, right? The ghost from Crescent decided to vacation south. They followed Joker home. But all that being said, if you haven't got your tickets, get your tickets. We are selling out quickly. It's a great AO. We have a ton of vendors and sponsors coming out. My food truck will be there. So there'll be, some spicy ramen, some other options for people. Because I need you to buy food so I can pay for me being there. Some of the raffle prizes, I know what I'm bringing, and they're going to be well worth it. If you were at Syndicate 1, the raffle pot was not nuts. This man up here armed like half a team with one raffle.
Look, man, it's just what we do. Doesn't matter. Who gives a shit?
Joker's meat. we'll have Jokers meet again, and I'm posting a guard on the brisket this time.
Yes, please. Yeah, we will
So-
have Blackwater will be on guard for the brisket.
Whoever the brisket thief was last time, I hope you burn in hell. I'm still like the players got brisket, and that's the main goal. That was the main thing, but none of the staff got any.
I remember standing off to the side watching the line dwindle down and nobody walking away with the plate anymore, and me going, but wait, wait. Yeah. No.
Fuck
Nobody
the
deserves the flag 10. Not even a meat stealer. Nobody deserves the flag 10.
But yeah, so
And
whenever Joker gets back, we'll post a link for tickets so you guys can grab them while you can. JTF missions are sold out already. So if you were looking at getting on the JTF missions, next time jump in sooner.
Brainerd, we are not on the green. We are not on 10. We're not on any team. Blackwater is our paid mercenaries. We will decide if your currency is valuable enough to us to perform the mission that you requested. That is how Blackwater works.
It's gonna be a great time. We're at the 2-hour mark. I have no idea what's going on over there.
Yeah, I guess we can start. Do we start next time?
We can start tech time. I haven't gotten a phone call for legal advice.
Hey, look at that. Oh, whoa. Okay. All right. Again, makes it feel kind of weird. I was going to do some pop and lock because I'm turbo, but it really seems strange now to do that.
So yeah, I guess we should start tech time early or now. Anybody got any tech
Yeah.
questions?
Yeah. So yeah, tech questions. I had one for you. So a lot of the stuff, as I got ready to order some of the stuff that we put in the basket, by the way, last week, sold out. Seriously, I'm like, yay! What? Gone. So I'm going to remake a list, or you're going to give me alternative lists that we can make, which would not be a bad idea anyway, to make upper mid tiers. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. Reason why I say it like that. So we have to build, at least in this area, further down south and way up north. There are speedy boys, but even still, not a lot of high kappa. We have to build the high kappa market here, and I think we need to do some really, really, really good, like the new Lancer high kappas.
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
I just did. I sold the upgraded one I built, and the kid's absolutely in love with it.
Nice.
The beauty of it is the base high. Sorry, King Arms PW 9mm SBR.
Chris, not only have I worked on one, I own one. I still run that gun today. I mean, I gutted it, but I'll get to that in a second. I don't remember if I said this to you, if I yelled at you last week or not. Yeah, Chris, as an alternative to an MP5, absolutely, and it takes MP5 mags. Tyler, yours is actually in the mail. I'll shoot you over the tracking number. By itself, they are great feeling guns too. Not just well performing guns, but really good feeling guns. The polymer that they're made out of is very similar to the G&G polymers. And micro switch trigger, really, really good performance straight out the box. Easy to upgrade. Super, super easy to upgrade. Standard version 2 gearbox. And they come with alternate back straps for the pistol grip. So yeah, there's a lot that can be done with with the gun itself, but it's great out of the box. Really is very good out of the box. And like I said, standard MP5 mags. Any MP5 mags. I haven't found any that don't work yet. So any MP5 mags at all. In regards to that, the excited to get it and be glad. So order for me. Thank you, and I do appreciate the business, Tyler. I truly do. The Vulcan. Did I tell you what I ended up having to do to get Bulldogs to work?
No.
Yeah. So you can't just take a Vulcan Foxtrot and just throw an HPA engine in. Doesn't work that way.
Yeah, the frickin' gearbox shell.
Yeah. I had to use that gearbox because their ambies are proprietary. Their selector lever is proprietary. So it actually is notched in the back. The location of the ambi gear is actually lower. So yeah, it's a very it's a very proprietary setup. So you have to use that gearbox in that body. And nothing else worked well. So in order to do that, you not only have to grind out the cylinder end portion of the gearbox on the inside to make it a complete circle, because it's only 180 degree. You got to make it 360. You also have to grind down some of the wire management track. It's actually too wide to fit the electronic trigger mechanism.
I would say, yeah, because the only thing I've dropped in one thus far is an N7 and a Kythera.
Are those not full? Oh no, those actually come with standard cylinder head style ends, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I know the N7 went in. I don't have it with me. The N7 went in no problem. The Kythera, I did have to do a little finagling.
Yeah. And N7 is, I mean, they're ridiculously easy. They're beautiful. And their triggers are, I mean, you don't have to cut anything for their triggers. And I am actually getting ready to order. Somebody asked for it. We're going to give it a try. A V12.
Yeah, oh God, I'm so upset. I almost got one from a kid and somebody beat me to the sale by I was like, let me go check cash. Oh no, I don't need. It's one of those things where I don't need it. He was selling it.
Oh.
I keep having this issue where I buy cool shit and then I have to buy other shit to make it work. So I would have bought the V12, but I don't have a shell to put it in. So I would have to go get a gun to gut and put it in.
Oh yeah.
But no, I did that. I just finished, dropped another. I've been running it's in the video, a combat machine that I dropped an N7 into because I got tired of dealing with batteries when I want to. We have problem children. I go grab my gun and I go play. And I got tired of charging batteries and things. So I wanted something mechanical behind the counter I could just grab. Also, we started doing this thing where we have an employee section behind the counter of guns, so that we can show customers where this gun started on the wall to the sheer amount of money you can dump into a project if you are an idiot.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Same thing with pistols now. It's hilarious because people come in and they see $80 haters and they see these, I don't know where they came from. I think they just sent them to us. They're the single stack CO2 1911s.
Mm-hmm.
But they're the ones with the pencil mag. And the CO2 goes in the grip of the gun.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, they're horrible. So I don't know how we got them. We just ended up with them. I think the rep just threw them in there to get rid of them. But explaining people to break down the guns and everything else like that, because our staff has got most of them have kappas on their hip or some upgraded pistol, and they're like, "Well, how much is that?" And we're like, "Do you really want to know?" I had a guy ask me about my custom high kappa I carry. And I was like, let me explain to you that this started off as a $130 pistol.
Right.
And that is over there. This is a $900 pistol. So let's start you off somewhere in the middle.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Since I don't play pistol, like I really don't. I don't play a pistol game. I can understand like a $200, maybe $250 pistol. Like back here somewhere, I get it. The tech in me knows. Oh no, you can easily get to that point. When we were building them the other day, you can easily get to that point. I'm like, I start seeing rifle numbers at that point.
Oh, and that's to explain to people too, because I had a lot of new players that come in and they're like, "Oh, I want to start with a high cap," and I go, "No, you don't." Yeah, I was like, Chris's my caps are about 450 to 500. Still not, yeah, right. There's a couple of things that just hit the market that I can't get in the U.S., and I'm desperately trying to find somebody to have them imported. So if you're not an anime nerd,
it's story time.
It's
It is
not story time.
Okay.
It's the near there. It's if you're on Facebook, High Cow Showroom. There's tons of guns that show up in there that are insane. But they started building the thing I was talking about a couple of streams ago about I want guns to start looking more futuristic or different from the mold. Mm-hmm. This company started making upgrade parts from anime.
Oh, really?
So they make custom upgrade parts for high kappas that make them look like guns from other animes, and I fell in love with 2 or 3 of them because it's a brilliant design, it's functional, and it's not a Glock, a 1911 or a 2011 that you see everywhere.
Sure.
The designs are art, and when it comes down to like high kappa builds, if you go to the showroom or if you just Google custom high kappa, you will see artwork that some people have done. There's a whole 3D printing community behind the high kappa platform. Like you got the Glock 3D printing community, but there's not a lot they're doing. As douchey as it sounds, I'm not trying to sound elitist when I say this.
High kappa
community. Yeah, but the high kappa community is taking this to a whole nother level with this 3D printing community. There's a guy that 3D printed the entire frame for the pistol from Blade Runner to go around his high kappa. Like the carbine kits I've seen lately are insane. Some kid brought a photo and he's like, "Can you guys get me this?" And I'm like, "No, that guy built that from scratch."
So I haven't seen any. I don't think I've seen any high kappa carbines, which is a common. The carbine kits are common. Ronins and things like that are the common kits for.
Oh yeah! Wow, hold up.
I haven't seen them for the high kappas, and maybe it's just my exposure, but seeing them for the Glocks and seeing them for even 1911 carbine kits. But I haven't seen the ones for high kappas.
Joker's here, so I can't actually share. Not here, so I can't share the screen. But if you just Google high kappa carbine, you will see some artwork show up. And a lot of it started off in the 3D printing community. Like there's the SRU. They make the 3D printed helmets with a cool visor, and they do the armor. They have a carbine kit that looks like the gun from Expanse for the high kappa.
Oh, the show is it Prime?
Yeah. But like it's insane what the 3D printing community is doing, and they're branching off in the rifles and everything else. And there's a lot of cool stuff coming out. And then I find this kit from Hong Kong that the company is refusing to export. Like I contacted them. I was like, I want to give you money.
Learned Mandarin just to speak to them.
I want to give you money. And they're like, no, we don't export out of Hong Kong. Sorry, out of China. And I'm like, that's stupid. Do you not like money? Oh,
if you can find the SDLs, I can print it.
They took them about 2 hours to track somebody down that spoke English to talk to me to tell me no. Yeah, I sent the link in private chat to the video. I don't know if Papa's watched it yet.
No, which one? Oh, this one. Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see if I can find this thing.
The funny thing about all that,
Hello, everybody. It's the captain. I had an opportunity.
Let me in.
Yeah, it's at the very end where she just.
Oh. Let me see. Oh, that would be her laughing there, holding her face. Let's see. Shall I play this out loud or should I mute my
Oh,
mic?
right ahead. You get to hear me yelling at people at the end.
No. Who started out first?
It's welcome back, Connor.
So I bet you all are wondering why I disappeared and ran away.
Oh, that makes me feel bad laughing. Stop. Hang on. Okay.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
I bet you all are wondering why I went away.
Yeah.
Yes.
Say hello to the Davie Police Department.
What happened?
Fuck.
Somebody was inside of my vehicles.
What?
Yeah, and in the backyard. So when I said, "What the fuck?" I saw the light. I saw a shadow, and I saw a light go on, and they were probably going over to my wife's vehicle to check to see if it was open or not. So,
Damn, at 9 p.m. Terrible criminals.
I know, right?
They know people are still awake then?
So, sorry.
You're good. So what this is.
So, that's crazy. We'll hear more about that in a minute. But,
That's going to make a stream in itself.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So the funny thing about that is, as you're talking about the artwork, the exterior, the aesthetics, and all that kind of stuff, over the past, what's today? Tuesday? 2.5 days. I got inspired, and I've been designing a no tank, not just lineless, a no tank hybrid HPA gun.
You had my attention. Now you have my curiosity.
I'm not going to say it. I'll tell you in private, but it will be battery powered. It is a hybrid, no tank, no line, no tank, no nothing. Yep.
Okay.
I woke up thinking about it. And then started working the design out in my head. And that's why I want to talk to you, because I think it'll work. I really, really, really think it'll work. But it's it's funny because it's not really a complete redesign, because I think I can actually make it as a drop-in kit for V2, V3 gearboxes to make it even better. So, and what happened was the whole conversation. Yes, I did. The whole conversation we had starting a couple weeks ago about what's better, HPA or AEG, and all that.
Yeah.
And we came to the conclusion that basically AEG is about ego. It's, there's no real true upside to having an AEG short of not having a tank. You only run out of air when you run out of battery. An HPA, when you run out of air, you're done, but you don't need a battery. So I thought, okay, what if you had a battery that helped you create the air? The 12 gram CO2s. Polar Star has that stock. So does Wolverine. It's
Manacraft makes one. Everybody makes one.
Yeah. And you can actually convert it to 33 gram. They have the conversion kit to use the 33 grams. No, this is no tank. Zero tank with zero reservoir.
I'm excited about this idea, and I can't wait till the two of us in a workshop is either gonna piss some people off, or we're gonna piss some people off. I'm not gonna lie. But no, it's
Oh,
really
yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
But that whole that's why I love hanging out with you and talking to you. It's that whole creative drive behind this because I've done factory tours and I've talked to engineers at some of the companies and nobody has any drive to do anything other than what they've been doing. The much as I love the version 2 and the version 3 gearboxes, there's definitely room for improvement. Huh.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That's a clear moment of one of those things when somebody tells you something that makes complete sense and you're wondering why the hell you didn't think of it.
Why you never thought of it before, right?
Yeah.
Now, it's finding the right parts and making them work effectively. But yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's going to be in my head all night now. Oh, not in a fun, spicy way either.
And wait till you start trying to figure out whether this or yeah. Wait till you start trying to run that one through.
God damn it.
You're welcome.
So anyway, anybody got tech questions before me and him go on a fucking tangent here?
Yeah, and as we're trying to got me on the list when you get it right. As we're trying to get you guys inspired to ask the questions, what we're doing here, I encourage everyone to do, and that's think about what you would like. You don't have to settle, and just because you have it doesn't mean you can't do more with it. Also doesn't mean you have to spend $1 million. Doesn't mean you have to, put a M170 spring. There's a lot of things you can do with very little sometimes. I give
perfect
classes.
Example is variable FPS system on the AEGs. I can't remember who the manufacturer is, but it was a brilliant idea. They just put a screw in the back of the damn spring and you tighten it down. It's the simplest thing in the world that nobody thought of.
Not SEMA, because SEMA did the true quick disconnect or
quick change. Yeah,
push and pull, which is awesome, by the way. Except they put it on the MK74 or whatever that is, which pisses me off. I know exactly which one you're talking about because I thought about that.
Our HPA high cap is worth running. I love pistols, but ammo is an issue. Absolutely. When I run my pistol, I have a primary airsoft adapter, and I will recommend them over TAP because TAP has a major design flaw about where they put the connector. Because if you're running a pistol, I don't have one here to demonstrate. You're running a pistol on the TAP one, they put the adapter straight back. So if you're like me and you want to pull in close and lean, that bit digs right into your freaking elbow or your wrist joint. The primary airsoft put theirs down at an angle, so it's actually more flexible. And people are going to make fun of you. They're going to crack jokes about running M4 mags in a pistol being heresy. This is airsoft. We're all nerds LARPing in the woods with toy guns anyway. Monk's new adapter, I tried it. I personally do not like it for the same reason. So the primary and the TAP one, the mag goes down. Monk did this thing where it runs down along your arm. I tried running with one. Again, if you're trying to pull in close or if you're trying to post up and aim, it just gets in the damn way.
So I'm just going to interrupt you gentlemen for a minute. I'm going to be a few more minutes, obviously. I got a helicopter outside, cops all over the place.
Okay.
Looks like they might have found one of the guys already.
Oh, wow. Davey PD?
Yeah, they got into the Battle Bug 1.0.
Oh, good luck with that.
They were just on the boat chair, man. So yeah, I'm gonna go out there and do with that. You guys enjoy your tech time, which is gonna be extended.
Yeah, we're loving it.
I know. I'll be back.
All right.
So that's my issue with the Monk adapter, that it makes the mag run along your arm.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to do this weird thing where you're chicken winging it almost to go around it. If you're trying to actually, like, if you're just in a firefight and you're going at it, it's fine. But I like to peek around corners and put in some work, so it just gets in the way. AVA has an adapter that runs along the same way. Theirs are aluminum. They work great, but for the price point, you can buy 2 primary adapters. They look cool, which is why everybody's buying them because they come in a variety of colors. Which, hey, if that's your thing, go for it. If you got the money to throw at it, bedazzle it if you want. I don't care. The monk ones.
So there's no way to tap. Well, I know you can tap the mag adapter for the M4 mag, but there's no way to keep your mags and tap just the pistol, right?
You can, yeah. You can, well, not directly. You can do directly to the pistol. It's a lot more work, and you're going to be ended up paying about the price of 2 more guns.
Oh wow! Okay.
It's an air volume modification. I've done it. You have to basically cannibalize the CO2 container, and it's a pain in the ass. It's honestly not worth it in the long run. You can tap just your standard pistol mags. The problem then becomes every time you reload, you have to disconnect it from the mag, stick the new one in, connect to that mag.
Right. You and I talked about like the whole the whole multi-line
system. I ran one for a while. I had 3 lines hanging off my back. And it comes down to play style and how intense the firefight is. For me personally, I got 3 mags in before I had to swap a hose. However, I then had to swap hoses on like 3 mags. So you're sitting down trying to do it really quick. Versus M4 mag adapter, in my opinion, is the best way to go because literally you grab your Odin or your old school syringe loader and you just load them up, put them in your play carry, and it's quick change just like you're running an M4. However, if you are going to run HPA on your high kappa, you want to upgrade your blowback, your BB, your blowback unit, because you're going to be playing at fluctuating pressures.
Let me share this with anybody that's listening and watching right now, thinking anything from heresy to what have you. I used to think if it didn't look like a real gun, and blah 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 blah, all that shit. But the bottom line is, if that's your play style, that's really like it took me a minute of being an airsoft to realize it is about the play style. If you are playing speed QB, if you are out there and that's your play style, then yeah, hell yeah, having multiple lines and multiple tanks and multiple taps and all that kind of stuff, that enhances your play style, that enhances your gameplay. Right? I know that that's not my play style. I would rather be, maybe either running a DMR and, clipping people at 250, 260 feet, them not even knowing where the round came from. One shot at a time. That's mine. Some people think that's dumb as shit. It's a waste of money. No, it's just my play style. It's what I like. So I don't knock anybody. I'm not a fan of it. And, I laugh more so because it's not my style that, I'm wearing, today I'm wearing my neon blue with my iridium face and like, cool, do your thing. That's not me, but it's still worth having for those who want it. And that's the thing. And that really is
my favorite response to this day still is I've had people, we go to events all the time. And honestly, New York and New Jersey is where I get this the most. They see me running with the adapter and they'll make fun of me about it. And I'll look at them and go, but I'm having fun.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. What are you having fun? I got a buddy that runs an M14 stock at CQB, but he's having fun. And that's all that matters. Airsoft Masterpiece blowback and nozzle in both. So that's a weird one because which airsoft blowback and which nozzle? Because if it's low flow, you're running HPA through, you're end up blowing out your nozzle.
Tyler, that's a very good analogy.
P90 elbow, yeah, dude, seriously. So Chris, depending on which ones you run, you could be absolutely fine. The other thing to look at if you're going to start running HPA in your high kappa is your spring system, which is your nozzle return spring, your recoil spring, and your hammer spring. Lightweight edge nozzle most likely needs, if you're going to run HPA, if you're going to be running between 90 and 100 PSI, you're going to want to do that. The lightweight ones are built for speedy boy builds. primarily for green gas. So you get that quick return of your spring, the quick nozzle return. The weird thing about those is if you don't upgrade your recoil spring, it's a waste of money. Because no matter how fast your nozzle is moving, if it's the slide ain't keeping up, it ain't doing you any good. Don't get me wrong, the lightweight edge nozzles are freaking phenomenal if the gun's built around it. Like I know we have a guy that literally puts 150% springs all around in every high kappa and then wonders why they rattle apart. You literally just put a jet engine in a Winnebago.
Yeah, that again. There's the whole weak link piece. If you can't don't overbuild one section without reinforcing the others that are connected to it.
125 recoil hammer, 130 nozzle. That's actually a good setup. You're running green gas out of it right now. If you're going to go to MK, I would definitely up that recoil spring to either a 130, 140, 150. Don't go as high as 170 because I know some people that do that. I built a gun with freaking 180 springs in it just to see if I could do it.
Good God. Wait, I think you were telling me about that.
Oh, yeah.
So what? So on a top of the line, mechanically upgraded, not visually, just mechanically upgraded pistol. What top of the line?
Okay.
It's still playable in a CQB, so joule rating still down, 1 joule, let's say. What can someone expect range to be?
Price wise?
No. I'm sorry. Distance and accuracy.
If you're running green gas, full internal upgrades, you could get out to 150.
Accurate?
Accurate.
Accurate. Really? And still at CQB level.
Still at CQB level, and that also relies on BB. The big thing on that side is barrel bucking, hop up unit, and how well everything is stabilized. Like if your springs are balanced, yeah. Because the big thing with accuracy comes down to is when people don't balance their spring layout and your slide's jumping with every shot, it's not going to be accurate.
Mm-hmm.
So to keep that steady, yeah. I mean, right now, the Blue Meanie, the record for Blue Meanie right now, accurate, is at 175.
Damn. Consistent too?
Consistent. That's the one I was using at Syndicate that went into the raffle.
How and something like that, how efficient is it on gas too?
That comes down to trigger pull. I mean, if I'm running it all day, I go through about half a tank.
Oh, that's HP. I was thinking green gas.
Oh, green gas. You get off of one green gas charge, you get 2 to 3 mags.
That's about. I mean, that's about where a standard factory pistol would be.
Yeah. So again, and that also depends on how much you're pulling the trigger. Like if you build it to reset properly, gas efficient, the blowback housing, and if you build it to reset properly, the gas isn't an issue. The problem where people keep running through gas is because they do things like put a high flow nozzle, a high flow blowback unit, and a green gas gun, and they're literally just dumping gas with every shot.
True.
Expecting it to perform well. If you've got a crappy barrel, it doesn't matter how much you're pushing down it. It's a crappy barrel. The shots are going to go everywhere.
Yep. That much I know, sir.
I have 140 springs and nozzle springs. Yeah, and that's the thing. You got to make sure when you build it yourself like that, Chris, make sure, give it test fires and pay attention to the inside of your slide. A lot of people test fire by just shooting down it like they're shooting and don't look down. If your slide is coming back faster than your nozzle can reset, your springs are off. And the easiest way to tell that without looking is if you start getting random double feeding, it's because your timing's off. Let's say you have a gun that you want but every version is pretty garbage.
That's actually a very, very good question, Stu. So there are so if you look for example, if it's TM compatible, and if it's a guaranteed TM compatible kind of thing, or if you're talking about pistols, or and if you give examples, all right, I had an old trash Vulcan gun, and you had a Crytek gun that was in good shape, and you want to put you're talking about putting a Vulcan.
Are you talking putting
the Crytek gearbox in the Vulcan? 90% sure that won't fit. I could be wrong.
Which Vulcan? Which Vulcan? That's the question.
There, yeah.
That is the question. Because version 2 has become a idea. If it's an older Falcon, if it's older Falcon with the wider body, the gearbox should fit. If it's one of the newer Falcons, it ain't gonna fit.
Yep.
It really depends on which Falcon you're trying to put it into.
Yeah, it
and you will make all the Crytek boys cry, and I approve of this.
I'm not gonna say I disagree. KWA G36C.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, he led you into it.
Yep.
Damn. I didn't even see that one coming. So, anybody else while we're finishing this up?
Kind of fast, no feeding issues. The gun runs reliable, have good speed, but not speedy boy fast. What do you want to be faster? Do you want trigger response to be faster? Because that comes down to your sear spring. Well, Chris, if you're in Florida, I'll be down there soon at DEO, and I'll be more than happy to sit down and take that apart or even help you with a build. Kidding, but not kidding. G36C is, depending on who makes it, is either extended version 3 gearbox or a extended version 2 gearbox. You build uppers because really lowers are the easy part, man. If you could build the upper, the lower's the easy part. So I don't have any here. So if you want to adjust your trigger response on that, you take your sear spring and those 2 prongs on the right side of the sear spring, the ones that connect to your disconnect and your trigger bar, you bend them back for more, forward for less. Unless it's a steel sear spring, don't freaking bend it. Because steel sear springs are more durable, but once you start flexing them, they get weak at that joint. I mean, it's a G30. What do you want to do with a G36? I recommend turning it into a win.
Let's talk to Vor, shall we?
OER G36 is going to hand it over to Insidious to do a full build. Let's say the gearbox is also shot. Okay, so do you really want the G36C? If you really do, go for it. I'm not going to tell you not to get it if that's what you want to play with.
Okay, if you like the gun, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's
if
a lot
you
of guns
like the gun, go for it. And especially since you're talking about taking it to another tech, by all means, go for it. I don't have to deal with it. Go for it.
Yeah, there's definitely some stuff that looking at inline MOSFETs to keep an 11-1 from burning out of room. I would always recommend the Warfet for an inline.
Warfet.
Yep.
I mean, the Nano is great, but it doesn't actually provide a lot of protection.
Mm-hmm. The Warfet is, you could call it overkill, but it's not. It's a half step down from being a full trigger unit.
Yeah, it's brilliant engineering. I wish they were cheaper, but they're freaking phenomenally over engineered. I don't wish you pay for what you get in that case, and I completely understand their price point.
Mhm.
I'm cheap.
Now, why an inline? It would be my question. Why are you looking at an inline? Is it just because it's easier to install? Because technically speaking, if you install the WarFit right, it's not necessarily easier because there are motor runs you have to actually motor lines you have to run. So it's not necessarily easier.
It's not. It's not easier. It's not. If you want to install properly so it does its job as intended, it's not easier to install. I'm curious as to what motor you're running this 11.1 to that you think you need more protection on. Like,
well, I have
like, is this a stock cancer testicle that you're trying to?
Oh God! Tell us how you really feel.
Recommend it to a friend. I don't think he's super confident in opening up the gearbox.
Then installing the WarFit or even the Nano won't be comfortable doing either.
Yeah.
Because of the remaining work, right?
Yeah, it's like take it to a tech. Have a tech install it so it's done right. Because he's gonna one of three things are gonna happen. He's gonna install it fine. He's gonna fuck it up. The gun's not gonna work. He's gonna install it, think it's fine, plug in the battery, and blow something out.
I honestly, if it's a price thing, the new Zion arms are actually really pretty good, and they're $65. That's exactly what's in the new Gen 3 Lancers, and they're non-mechanical sector, so it's actually a magnetic sector, and there's for $65 they're great. You want to move up from there, move up to an Aster for complete optical. Go to a what's the one out of Czech? Penn. I think Penn's Czech. I know Leviathan is Czech also. But Leviathan still has their NGRS, I think, is full optical, but they still have mechanical. But I mean, the WarFit really, in my opinion, the WarFit is great for guns that can't take a trigger unit.
Yep, yeah, I agree with that. Sorry, missing safeties though. Hope we can.
No.
So, are you talking thumb safety or the dovetail grip safety? Because the dovetail grip safety, in my opinion, is annoying. Like, I'm not going to tell you how to disable them, but
I found that out accidentally. Yeah, Rick, you like this? You like the Zion? The one thing I did learn, the first two I installed were both in Lancer Tacticals, and I didn't use the sector gear that came with it, and it worked fine. The third one I installed was actually my son's gun, which is a custom build, and I didn't use the sector gear that came with it, and it didn't work fine. That's how I figured out it's a magnetic point, and the sector gear that comes with has that magnetic point built into the sector gear. Yeah.
Brothers Combat Master Brooks up puts them on his. That was it's a Jag Combat. It's gonna break again. I'm not gonna lie. Just has a gun that doesn't have a MOSFET, but yeah, Tyler, if the grip heats up, there's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
His gun may fall into the category. It may be EMG Falcor or OEM by APS. I really, really, really want EMG to stop going with the lowest bidder. It's not like they don't have the money. They're like the Disney of airsoft right now. Like,
So,
it's like everybody's doing this. Oh God, that was the gun that threw me through a loop a couple of months ago. Somebody bought the Navi Boy AR-15, cracked it open, VFC Avalon gearbox.
Yep.
Downgraded VFC Avalon gearbox.
I've mentioned I'm not a fan before. I think I've mentioned that on this once or twice. Yeah, I'm not a fan of his. I don't know. I can't.
I'm not a fan of people that quote unquote make a product, which is actually somebody else's product that's been downgraded, and they claim it's upgraded because they changed the color on some of the parts.
It's a beautiful $300 gun that doesn't have a MOSFET.
Well, that's the thing. APS makes some pretty guns. They make some amazing. Shut up, Alexa. They make some pretty guns. They make some amazing looking guns. I just recently sold one. I upgraded because I got it because the selector switch said safe, pain, hell.
Oh, I've got a couple of those if you want one. Yeah.
Yeah, I just upgraded one and I sold it to a kid. I got it because I love the freaking paint job on it. They make some pretty guns, but then you open it up and you're like, why?
Yep. And so the only other problem with the APS is you got to get all of their pieces to fit together. Don't try to put them with anything else.
So, Stu, I got bad news. Well, first, I'm answering your question. Both. This is it in the hands of its. I don't know if that's going to come into focus. Of its new owner.
Freezing, so hang on 1 second. I don't know. Like sometimes you come in fluid, and then sometimes you freeze for like a minute.
Sorry.
Or is it me that's got that?
It might be me. I'm on Wi-Fi. I don't have a hard line with this. I'm borrowing somebody else's shit. So Stu, yeah, that sold at the shop this weekend. I will build another one. But that sold as part of a trade for my new shotgun, and I couldn't pass up that shotgun. Yeah, I can't share the pictures because Joker's not here. I'm sorry. Wait, what? Ghost Patrol AKs are nice. No, our stock AEGs, high torque.
Well, I mean, so a neodymium magnet is going to be more powerful than a ferrite. So they're going to be higher torque, higher speed. The magnets themselves are going to function better. They're also more expensive. So I mean, that's the same question as is a high torque brushless, really high torque. The answer is yes. If you want higher torque, then neodymium. That's my answer though.
Definitely. And also, what are you putting that motor in is the one question I always have to ask people, because if you're planning on getting one to put into a gun you already have, what's already in that gun? If you put a high torque motor in a gun, like depending on the gear set, you're just going to rip apart your gearbox. Like, or are you talking about getting an welcome to the MTW gang? I love my MTW. I'm trying my hand. Sorry?
I was with the MTW, no way to go wrong. You can't, I mean, you can't go wrong with it.
I'd buy a higher price Milsim build at Syndicate. Let me see what parts I can get in. I might be able to put another Glock together by Syndicate. I've had so many people asking me, because that Glock has been on this wall for a while, and then people saw the price tag and went, I let one kid play with it. He came back and he was like, what part of my soul do you want for this gun? And I was like, that CO2 shell ejecting shotgun you have? I'll take that as part of the payment.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah, I took $150 off the gun for that. Yeah, fucking Tyler all weekend long kept walking up to me. You want to hear about my Crytek P90?
From what I understand, they did a good job.
They did.
I mean, that's all reports I heard was that Crytek did a good job at the P90. Now it's still P90 to me, but that's what I heard.
Yeah.
I've never touched one. The price doesn't scare me. Okay.
Stu, if we're not friends on Facebook, we'll take care of that. We'll have a conversation because if I can get your wants and needs off of that, I can have it built before Syndicate to your specs. I already have 2 high kappas I have to have done before Syndicate anyway, so I might as well throw a clock into that.
Sure. Why not? You got nothing else going on?
Sounds like when you were calling. Yeah, somebody got a Barrett Rec 7 at the swap meet. Horseshack. Thing weighs a ton. But again, the P90, the Crytek did a great job on a P90. They made a P90 actually a reliable platform again. Prior to that version of it, every other P90 out the box needed a shit ton of work.
Yep. That's why I never cared for them. You know, if you have to put the M4 feeding system onto the P90, then it's not worth buying because just buy the M4.
I have heresy photos I need to show you. When I hang out at e-bike at High Grounds, we get bored and make meme guns. I took it's the AR that takes the P90 mags. I can't remember the name of it. But we took that, we put the swordfish and the oppressor kit on it, and then we put the adapter from the P90 to make it take M4 mags again.
So you just kind of stacked onto itself.
Yeah.
So you basically have a feed tube that goes like this, and it's about this long.
Oh, so Stu has cool. You see, hit me up on Facebook. We'll talk. But we have. Oh wow, I never even talked about that. We have 2 fundraisers coming up. I have a fundraiser at March 6th at High Grounds Airsoft in Spring, Texas. We're doing a Crucible Airsoft is teaming up with some other people to do a fundraiser for disabled American veterans. I'll be there. A couple other YouTubers will be there. We're going to try to raise some money.
When is that?
March 6th, I believe. Smurf, double check that date for me. I can't remember.
You need anything for that? If you're doing it for disabled vets, you need anything for a
we won't say no. We won't say no because we've been raising money based off of my artwork and my charming personality. But thus far, I think we've raised $20,000 to $30,000. And we're trying to bump that up.
When you come down, I'll send you home with some stuff.
All right. About the King Arms 9mm SBR, strongly considering after John used yours.
All right, so I'll tell you, that thing has seen a bunch of different configurations, all the way down to running an actual I don't even know what you call them, the 1980s tubes. I don't even know what gun they went on, the Max something or Tech something, like Tech 9 or whatever. They were big fat.
The Max 10 suppressor.
It's like this big, but it's not true. It actually has threads that thread directly onto the receiver.
Yeah, so Mac 10.
Yeah. So
there's the date, March 6th. It's a Sunday.
Okay. So I actually had that, and I put an X-Cortec inside of it, threaded onto the outer barrel that was inside. So not only would it be a tracer unit, but it actually had a sending unit to the brain to give me a round count for my 90 round mags. It's been this big. It's been this big. And that came out wrong.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And but the base has always been that. The one that John used was actually I'm trying to remember. No, I changed it back. I actually ran a test of. I took who made it? It's like a JG micro switch gearbox, and the micro switch was the little lever switch, and it's like a $25 gearbox, and I threw a brushless motor on it because the brushless motor has the built-in MOSFET and everything anyway, and it actually ran well. It just had some rollbacks and things like that. I wasn't thrilled with it, but right now, if I remember right, what's in it now is might have the brushless motor. I think it's got a gate aster, and it might have either 16s or 13 to 1s in it, and a D-hop barrel, and that's it. It's a flat version 2 gearbox. Nothing extra special at all about it. Super easy to build anything onto it. And the gun itself, you can strip it apart. It weighs nothing. Yeah, great guns. Really good guns.
6 water fire extinguishers if you want to use them.
For grass fires, in case a grenade causes grass fires. We'll always take them in the event of an emergency for sure. Absolutely.
Got to grab my first aid kit. Make sure it's in the car. So about a new build.
So you said you have 2 events coming up?
Yeah, we're doing that fundraiser. I'm drawing a complete blank. We have something else coming up. We're doing a fundraiser for. Oh, God damn it. Somebody will find me.
Murph, look out.
I don't even know if I told her yet because I just found out I was doing it today. It's in my emails. I'll dig it out. I got invited to do another fundraiser in Virginia for veterans housing.
See, now I know you travel all over the country, but that's living in Southwest Florida. For me to go anywhere outside of Florida starts at like 8 hours. If I have to drive it just to Georgia, from where I'm at, it's 7 hours, 7 to 8 hours just to get into Georgia. When I lived in Ohio, that was a different story. You do this and you're
so I used to have a comedy bit in conventions, and it's based on fact. Ohio is officially the get the fuck out state. Ohio is a state built around getting anywhere else. The reason the company I started with is based in Ohio is because it was the cheapest place in the world to get flights out of. You can get flights anywhere else in the world. The cheapest place to leave is Ohio. Ohio. So U-Haul, the company founded to pack your shit and leave, found it in Ohio. The first Greyhound Express route, one way, was out of Ohio.
Oh my God.
If you go, and this is based on fact, if you go to NASA's website, they have an apology letter section. There's an apology letter to the state of Ohio because more astronauts have come from Ohio than anywhere else in the world. That means they literally got as far away from Ohio as humanly possible at the time.
Oh my God. It's too funny.
But no, once a year, the con we no longer do it, but I used to drive from Ohio clear to Vegas for a convention. And then go to Denver for Denver Comic-Con, and then go back to Vegas for a different convention, and then drive back to Ohio.
Good Lord. Yeah, I can't.
Indiana is just a pit stop from everywhere else to Chicago.
Dude, when I was stationed at Fort Hood, I would drive every 6 months to go see my family in Connecticut, and that's 1,300 miles. And I'm like, I did that for 6 years, dude. I'm like, I can't do that shit anymore.
Stu, I'm currently broadcasting from Youngstown, Ohio. I'm in Boardman. This town was built and planned by an idiot because whenever it rains, everything floods.
Oh, welcome to Florida.
Oh yeah, Rose City was in that lineup.
Chris, by the way, yeah. If you want, that's an easy build for me, man. Just tell me to give me. ain't even gonna say give me a price point. I'll tell you what things cost. You know already what things cost. You can put a full Titan in, or just do an Aster, either one. We'll throw a brushless in. We'll do the gears, and we do. The only thing I would suggest, the stock that comes on that is not necessarily the prettiest stock, but for a PDW, it's got a monster battery compartment. My stock, the one that you saw on my gun, is the prettiest stock they make for a PDW. It's actually spring actuated. Hit the button and the stock pops out. But it's the battery compartment's like this big, so it's not necessarily ideal. You definitely have to use special batteries. You got to use smaller batteries, but that's your choice. The gun is inexpensive, and the build itself, a couple $100 more. You're at about another $350, I think, is what it works out to be. So you're still right over the 500 mark for a gun that'll be untouchable. 600 mark. Sorry.
I mean, it's the best of both worlds. It's pretty and functional.
My DEA patches are Youngstown. DEA.
Oh yeah, this place is interesting.
I think I have one in stock, Chris. Unless you're talking about who was talking about the blue one? Was that Chris before? So speaking of DEA, just to roll back real quick, those of you that may or may not want to hire mercenaries may want to think about currency. Currency comes in many forms. Currency can come in the form of action. Verbs and nouns. That's currency. Brainerd, I think, likes cheese pizza, and we have to keep him fed at all times. I don't mind a lap dance or two from a fine gentleman or woman. Doesn't matter either way. I'm not picky. It all depends. Currency is what we deem valuable. So think about the more interesting the currency, the more valuable it may be. I'm just saying, don't judge.
I can't take this seriously. It's just wow.
What's that?
Just the
Blackwater stuff?
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude. You're gonna cause so much chaos.
That's the thing. That was the one thing I promised Joker, is it will not be chaos. I won't allow it to mess up the gameplay. We will all be dressed. Where our uniform is actually going to be jeans and a button down. We're going to be dressed, we're going to stand out from everybody else. I don't want us to look like it. I don't want there to be any confusion whatsoever about what we look like. And if you see us and you didn't pay us, you can shoot us. That's it. Bottom line. And there's not going to be any chaos. We're probably going to be shot more. If we're also going to try not to be seen as much, but we're probably going to be shot more than anybody else.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, Tyler. Oh, Tyler. Tyler's trying to get on my good side. I don't think that's a terrible idea at all. By the way, I never told you this, but so far, I'm thinking about making this a thing. I think I'm going to reward people, because as it stands now, I keep getting more and more of these. These are from different people. One is from Smurf, but these keep coming in from different people. And the funny thing is, although they look identical, their backings are different. So they did not necessarily come. I don't know what the difference is, but that's there. So I might have to make it a thing for people. The more people can get me anything that's Papa related, I think I'll start giving out prizes.
Oh God, I can hear Smurf going to Amazon now.
Yeah, I think I like it. Anything that's Papa related, I think I'll start giving out prizes for.
When I got my M4 in the box with the gun and Echo 1 motor came with it, is that better than what in my gun stock?
Echo Store Max DKL. Which Dave, which gun? I got my M4 in the box. The Echo 1 was already in the gun?
Or are you talking about like an Echo 1 M4? Which M4? Like what model? Echo 1 makes a couple of things.
Yeah. No, it was just laying in the packaging that came in the box. And so you got an extra motor?
Are you guys still going? Or are you guys done? Because I gotta go back outside.
We were kind of doing this for a little bit.
Man, you guys got a lot of. So, do you guys want me to? Do you want to end it, or do you guys still want to keep going?
Well, let's answer this question, and it's up to you.
I bought a gun from them. Who's them? And from them, and it had a motor just laying in the box.
That's just weird. Yeah,
please, yeah. Just really now I'm just really kind of confused.
So how goes your episode of Cops?
Yeah, right.
I got to go back outside. That's why I came in to do this.
Well,
I mean, if you guys want to keep going for another half hour, 45 minutes, I'll let the stream go. But if you guys want to go,
I mean, it's closing time, but
it's closing time.
I gotta
no, keep it going. All right. Well, we've successfully woken up to half the neighborhood now, so there's a big congregation of people outside talking about this and how I'm now Rambo.
Yeah, I saw you run out. Did you run out with an airsoft pistol?
No, it wasn't airsoft.
No, I assume so because you pulled it from your office.
I did not pull it from my office. Actually, if I grabbed the fastest one I had access to and I ran right outside. They got into my my Navigator. They got into the Battle Bug. They were probably when I saw them was then they probably tried to get inside my wife's car, but that was locked. So, but yeah, I guess that'll be another story time. So
yeah.
Later on. But if you guys want to keep going, I can leave it going. If not, I got to get back outside.
No,
I'm done. Yeah,
I'm done. Okay, guys. All right. So check in tomorrow with Story Time by Joker on what the hell actually happened today. But definitely check out Dead End Outfitters on Thursday. They're going to be doing their stream talking about everything to do with North Vrs South. Definitely check us out for our event up at Syndicate 2. Come play games with all of us. And check out A.T.E, all of our awesome sponsors. So until next time, I am Joker from Players Wanted, otherwise known as Redneck Rambo. We have the man, the myth, the legend of the shortest stature but biggest heart, Papa from Dead End Outfitters, and of course, as always, the man with the hawk, the king of high kappas, Virtue from Crucible. Until next time, let your BBs always fly true and your opponents call your hits. Good night.